Clap your hands, everybody, and everybody clap your hands. We lambda, 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 and Omega Mu. And we've come here on stage tonight to do a show for you. We got a rockin' rhythm and a high-tech sound that'll make you move your body down to the ground. We got Poindexter on the violin, and Lewis and Gilbert will be joining in. We got Booger Presley on the mean guitar, and a rap by little old me, Lamar. We got Takashi beating on his gong. The boys and the moves are clapping along. And just when you thought you seen it all, along comes a lambda 4-foot tall. So won't you come on out here on the floor, so we can work our bodies like never before. Break.
Okay, we're here and it's Sunday. Sunday. See if this is gonna work. Hey Travis, hey Cleveland. Hey Z-Mick, you're third.
Won't you let me meet you at the pool?
Alright, come on.
Maybe Friday I can get tickets for the dance.
Alright, hopefully it'll show up here in a minute.
I'll take you. Ooh.
Oh, it's working.
Won't you tell your dad, get off my back?
Had it working and then I screwed it up.
Tell him what we said about painted black.
Hey everybody. There we go. Think we're working?
Rock and roll.
I broke many traffic laws to be here tonight. I flew from Portland, Oregon to Sacramento just to be with you tonight.
Now shake you. Ooh.
Okay, I have no idea what I'm going to play tonight, so I've not been here, so... Breakfast King, Darren, Cleveland, Sam Swamps, Lathar. If I missed anybody, I apologize. Hard to keep track.
Won't you tell me what you're
I hope everyone had a good weekend.
Would you be an outlaw for my love?
I flew to Spokane, Washington on Friday morning. Drove.
If it's so, let me know.
What happened to Lenny Kravitz? I don't even have it. If I don't have it, I'm going to be upset. You did this to me. I have no Lenny Kravitz. I was in Spokane. I rented a car. I went to 3 record stores in Spokane. All of them were incredibly overpriced. This may have been the most overpriced city for records I've ever been to. And I'm no joke. Can y'all hear the music, by the way? Is the music audible? Yeah, it should be.
Hey, Patrick.
John on his last day of vacation.
Yeah. How is my volume?
Mine's great.
Okay. Yours sounds low.
Mine sounds low. Okay. Here.
How's that? Better?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
Hey everybody.
So I went to Spokane. I went to 3 record stores in Spokane. 2 of them were just incredible, but they were so overpriced. I couldn't believe how overpriced every record store I went to. I went to 3. I bought 2 records, and I really didn't even want to buy one of them, but I did because I couldn't resist it. But I mean, I went. There was, like I said, two of the stores I went to were excellent. I mean, just lots of metal, you know, lots of obscure metal that I didn't see. But so left Spokane, drove to middle of Washington where I went to hang out. I went to go see Black Quicksand Music, Larry.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So he was generous enough to sell me his record collection since he can no longer enjoy it. So now, see, I got one guy saying my mic's too hot. John said
Yeah.
too low.
But it went. It did.
Okay.
I couldn't hear you till I could hear you. But it
How's
was
that?
a.
Is that better? There you go.
It sounds low to me, but
Still?
maybe people want to hear the music.
Okay.
Could be my end. It's hard to hear you.
I'll turn off the offstage feeds.
Yeah, it was the gain. Definitely, it was distorting a little. But
So I went to go see Larry, Black Quicksand Music, at his home, where I met his wife and his mother-in-law. His mother-in-law's a trip. But so I loaded up, I don't know, 12 small U-Haul boxes of records, and we talked, chatted, and taped them all up. Put them in. I had a rental car, so I had to like pack the rental car up and load up all the records. Then
hey,
yeah.
Patrick,
Go ahead.
turn the music down a notch. That might solve it.
How's that?
We'll see. It's
Okay.
You're on the cusp of me not hearing you. You know.
So had a great time with them. You know, sad, but but also really just But he had. I haven't looked at everything. I've looked through most of it when I was in the hotel room. I literally had to unload the stuff into the hotel room I stayed at in the middle of Washington. Then the next morning I had to load it back up because I didn't trust leaving it out there.
Yeah.
But so I took all the records out, kind of did some minor looking at them, and there was a ton of like heavy blues, heavy psych kind of stuff.
Oh wow.
Some really, and a lot of Sabbath, a lot of Aussie, and just a lot of. This collection compared to like the ones I bought for my friend Terry is more my kind of music. I mean, whereas Terry's stuff was like a lot of new wave, and, obscure stuff. This is like pretty much like right down,
Yeah. Quicksand always had good taste.
Yeah.
Always. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like really just just some really good shit. A lot of stuff I'm not even familiar with. I'm just like looking at it like going, wow. I'm like going, I know the label, but I mean I could tell it's like a psych. He had the Stepson, he had the Lightning, all that kind of stuff. So then from there,
That's bad.
yeah, so
Bad.
Saturday morning, there's a record store down from where I was staying in the middle of Washington. It only opened up on Saturday from 11 to 3, 4 hours. So I said, okay, I'm never going to be here again probably, so I'm going to go check it out. So I drive by, and it's one of those things where, if you go to a record store that's in like downtown in a big city, the prices are going to be like ridiculous and you're paying for the space. This was in the middle of some podunk neighborhood. It was an old gas station, had two bay doors that they like painted in graffiti. It was like literally an old gas station. So I went in there, and this place was amazing. So, I mean, I don't know if some of the stuff's good, but I did pull some good stuff. I don't know if some of the stuff I never even
Hey,
heard of.
Steve.
What's up, guys?
So I'll show some of them right now, but like this one, I saw this one as soon as I walked in, and it's I don't know why I made Steve make. So I'm a little tired from driving, but this was XYZ. This is the only album they have, and it's sealed. This is a sealed XYZ album. I was like, well,
I've got that, but I don't remember it.
Yeah. What was? Did they have one song or one MTV hit?
Yeah,
What?
I'll play it. Inside Out was their good.
I vaguely remember them. I mean, I remember the name, but that's when there was all these one-hit wonders coming
So
out.
here's this Mausoleum band. It's called Danger.
Huh.
Oh, that looks good. Belgium, Swiss. Who is this? What are the names? Let's see the names. Raise it up a little more to the bottom.
Oh, they cover Mean Streak. That's cool.
The Clerk.
Are they?
Belgium.
I see an Italian name. Are they Swiss? Are those East? I don't know where that's from.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Those. It's
Yeah.
almost got Czech names. Like it's a mix.
So Steely Dan, I know John's interested in that one. Teddy Live.
Yeah, that's great.
Abraxas, Quad. I don't know. I have not heard this band. Maybe I have, but this is like the Tasmanian Devils live.
No, I don't think I've ever heard that band.
Yeah, it's like an EP.
What year is that?
1982.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know if I know
It's a
them.
live album that was recorded in San Rafael, so maybe it looks like it's a private press.
Is it an American band or is it
American. Here's the Sorrows again.
great?
It's a
Is that a
349.
white label promo?
Yep, they're all white label promos.
Yeah.
Okay?
I've only seen white label promos of that record.
So I don't know if Sheena and the Rockets. You familiar with this?
I think that sounds familiar, but I don't know. I can't place it like that's a good band or not.
They're on Alpha.
Maybe that's the Sheena from Sheena Was a Punk Rocker.
This is
Yeah.
made in Japan. This is a Japanese press. So look at that.
I don't know. Maybe Breakfast knows them. I don't know. You got to play it and see.
Yeah, I haven't even cleaned anything. So this is the most in-depth I've looked at this stuff since I got it. So
Eddie went to school with those guys. What was that? Was that the Tasmanian Devils, maybe?
really? Oh. So
It wasn't
Back to
Steely
Town.
Dan.
This is a hair metal band, really good. But I mean, you'll see that album. And here's another one I've never heard of, Valhalla.
Well, that's a great name. Bad. That looks good.
I don't know
No
which
bad.
one that. So there's a couple Valhallas that are really good.
Let's take a look at the Valhalla.
Yeah, that looks
They
good.
look American.
They are American.
Yeah.
California, San Jose.
84. What
Yeah,
year do you
San
think that
Jose.
is? I say 84, 83.
Here, I'll go look it up.
They're not dressed up, so they're not like.
I know I've seen
Yeah.
that. I don't have it, but I know I've seen that album cover
Yeah,
before.
there's no year on here, so but yeah. So I picked that up.
That looks very interesting.
Like I said, this was at that record store that was only open one day a week for 4 hours. So, so I picked up this. This is the Blues Magoo's. Got Sandel's Dirty Water Mono. This is another one I wasn't familiar with. What is this called? This is called Antics.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I have that. Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty mediocre.
It's a nice private press, but it's just it's B
Yeah.
glam metal, but
Yeah,
it's worth it.
yeah, I was gonna pick. I was like, I saw it. It was
Yeah,
cheap.
I wouldn't leave that in the store.
It was cheap, and I was like, well,
I think is that indie press.
yeah, it is.
I've seen it a couple times here, but they want too much for it. I saw it
Picked
for
up
like
a
$40.
jazz album.
Yeah,
That's
it's
all it
not.
was in.
It's
No,
only
it's
for
like a $15 record, $10-15 record.
So
yeah. If you
I picked
collect
up
it, it doesn't.
the Barbarians. Are you a boy
Yep.
or are you a girl? This
There's
is
multi
mono-
with the hook. You see the hook?
Yeah, so this thing's beat to shit, but he threw that in for me because I
That's
bought
nice.
so
You don't see that even in Boston. I don't see that.
Yeah, so
Not anymore.
and another band I'd never heard of. This was New York.
Yeah, New York from Ohio, maybe, or Pennsylvania. They're not from New York. I have that record.
It says produced by New York.
Maybe they're from
North
Carolina, North
Yeah,
Carolina.
it said North
Yeah,
Carolina.
yeah, North
Recorded
Carolina. That's where they're from. Yeah.
So this is a Dutch East India trading label. So yeah, and the last one, I couldn't believe this was there. I was like, well, I've never seen it out in a while. Witchcroft.
That's a great record.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Which is what we're listening to right now, by the way.
Why
Yeah.
we're listening to it right now. So there you go. So yeah, that's what I found. That
Oh, I
little-
have it. I
I'll
can
show-
see that record right in front of me. It's like happened to be face out in the W
So
section.
this is like the least I've bought in probably 4 years in a week. But
Hey, Malia.
picked up the Count Bishop's Live.
Oh, nice. That's really good.
I didn't realize they changed their name to just the Bishops, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then Best of Cockspar.
Oh, awesome. Let's see the back. I want to see what tracks. What is it?
You see it?
Yeah, it looks like side one is like later stuff, and side two is the earliest stuff.
Yeah.
Look great. It's great.
I've got some of the stuff on because I've got the singles album, and then
Yeah.
this is my all-time. This version of this record is my all-time favorite new wave of British heavy metal record. Have you seen this one, John? The Angel Witch Doctor Feeds.
No, I don't. Well, at least I don't remember it. What is that?
So this
Dr.
came out in like '85. So this was their debut album, but they added the Loser EP to it. So it's got the 3 songs from Loser.
Yeah, I have Dr. Five's Loser and Suffer, or I can't remember the other
I
song.
think it's Suffer is the other song. But by adding Loser to this, which is one of their best songs, it just makes this like a perfect album. It's so good.
Yeah, the album. Yeah, I agree with that debut album. You could have took some of the single songs and took a couple of the album tracks and swapped them.
But Loser is one of my all-time favorite new wave of British heavy metal tracks. So to have that on the album just makes it. And man, come on, that's a great album.
What label is that again?
What's that?
What label is that
It's
again?
Raw Power.
Oh, Raw Power. They used to do all the bands that had unsigned, and they would put out these like stopgap albums, like in between their albums, or if they lost a label. They did it. I think they did it with Vardis. It's a nice double LP, and they definitely did it with Tank. You'll see it. They're always like, and it's just a mix and match of early songs. Maybe even Samson. I can't remember.
And with that record, Angel Witch would be in my top 5 new wave of British heavy metal record, the actual album. But man, that one right there with Loser added to it drops the number 2 right behind Iron Maiden.
Yeah, this is on.
Nice,
so good.
So I think High Rollers redid this. So.
Yeah, High Roller just did the Witch.
Yeah, that's from Reunion. I bought a Reunion record by them, I think. Was it Witch Cross? They did one years. It wasn't very good.
Yeah, I think they did.
It was like I used to get it for like $12. It was on sale, and
yeah, I think it was not Shadow Kingdom. What's Hell's Headbangers?
Hell's Headbangers, exactly.
And
it was like,
it was on there for like their $6.
Yeah, like you could add it to your pile for like $12. And, yeah,
I remember that. There's very few of those bands, though. I get what High Roller and those guys are doing, bringing those bands back.
Yeah.
But I can't think of any of those records, even the Diamond Head, any of them that I really liked. What I mean,
the one I absolutely love is Blitzkrieg's re-recording of their first album.
Yeah, that's really good. I've got that.
Really, really good. So it's better than
the Diamond Head one too. Diamond Head re-recording the first album is amazing.
Yeah,
but that album that they released, they did it with Holocaust. Holocaust got back together too, and they did a couple albums. They're okay, but it doesn't compare to their stuff from the 80s, you know?
Yeah, and Vardis, one of my favorite bands, they had a reunion and put out a new album, and I couldn't even, I wasn't going to spend them. I just couldn't do it. It just lost all the magic, you know?
Well, that's one thing with like bands like Cloven Hoof that have been together the whole time and have been putting out albums, but you know, these bands that disappeared for 20 years, 30 years, and all of a sudden they put something out.
I had that Angel, I still have it, that Angel Witch reunion album. It wasn't reunion, it's just Kevin Hayborn. And, you know, it was dark, it had the mood, but I'm never pulling that again. Or maybe once out of curiosity. And
the same thing with the Grim Reaper. Everybody talk about how great that new Grim Reaper record was, so I got it for like $18, and I was like halfway through, I was like, I don't even want to listen to the B-side, you know?
Yeah.
I just got back from the Volbeat show.
Yeah, I just saw that when you just told
Oh,
me.
how was that?
So I like their early albums. They kind of mixed rockabilly with heavy metal, and it was a cool sound. Their newer stuff, it's more towards the heavy metal stuff, and it's just not as good. And that's what they were playing. They played like one song off their early albums, and then Hellstorm. I just don't get that band. They were the band right before. When I was actually listening, I never noticed it before, but she's playing like country and pop music that she just adds distortion to, you know? I mean, people were going crazy. I don't get it, you know? It was Volbeat was a headliner.
My sister and brother-in-law they liked Volbeat earlier when it was more like that rockabilly. Like I don't want to call it rockabilly, but you know, it had that like
he had like a rockabilly vocal style. He was really into Johnny Cash. Like one of his songs is that's one of the songs he played. It's actually the Johnny Cash riff, and he says in a concert, you know, some people say that they were inspired. We stole this shit, and he's what's he gonna do about it? He's dead.
But I think my sister and brother-in-law just saw Volbeat like a couple of days ago. They were in Sturgis, so maybe they flew out there for a one-off or something. I don't know.
Who's that?
Volbeat. I think they just played Sturgis. That's my sister's at.
They come to the U.S. every 2 years. Or
Yeah,
so.
I saw Pantera last night, and so I saw the advertisement for Volbeat coming. You know.
Oh, okay. Yeah. How was the Pantera stuff?
Oh, you know, it was really good show. I'm not a Pantera fan, but they were really good, and they blew away opening for Metallica. That set, you know.
Oh, was it Pantera headlining last night, or was
Pantera headlining? Yeah,
okay.
And
so I saw them headlining 2 years ago, where they do the 2-hour set. It was really good. Malia, it was '86 when this came out. The original album was what, '81, and I think the single
80.
Was it? Yeah, the single for Loser
was early.
'81 too. They were both really early.
That Amon Amarth opened. That's a fun band. Holy cow!
You've got to see them in the. You've got to see them in an open room, because they do all the guys sit down and they do the rowing.
Yeah, they were trying to get the rowing, but they had giant Viking statues. They were blow up, but they looked like Viking statues with the swords. They had the guys come out doing a sword fight, and it was over the top, you know, with the Norse, the videos of them rowing boats.
They've got a couple records that I really like, but yeah, their show is amazing.
Yeah, they were good. I would see them again. That was I don't know if I could go for like collecting all 20 of their albums, but. Yeah. Give me an hour with them. That was so
well.
Fun.
And their earlier stuff was more on the death metal side, whereas their last few albums have been more straight up. I think you'd like their last few albums more than their earlier.
I'm not a fan of that vocal style he has, but for that hour, it works with them, and I'm not going to complain. And the band still has enough of that Euro metal, like dual leads and those like classic riffs tucked in there. But they were surprised how fun they were, and the stage set.
Yeah, I didn't get into them early on. I just never got into the Viking death metal back in the day.
No, but he looked. That singer looks great. He looks like
oh yeah, he looks like
like the older he gets, the cooler he looks. Like he's got kind of a belly, but like he's really funny. Yeah. Drinking from the horn.
Have you seen there's a
I
dwarf
cut you off.
metal?
I'm sorry.
There's a dwarf metal band now where they're all dressed as dwarves with the.
Oh yeah.
The music kind of sucks, but I just saw a video of it. It's pretty.
That's a good.
No, I was gonna say I never got into them back in the day, and they released a record like 5 years ago called 𝐼𝐚's Vikings that I found the record for cheap, so I grabbed it. It was really good.
Yeah, I remember a couple of friends like in those dark days of the '90s. Like they people I liked that went to punk and stuff. They liked Amon Amarth and Iced Angel, Iced Earth. Those were the two bands that they would like. Iced Earth.
Iced Earth is great. Well, Iced Earth was cool because they took European power metal, added thrash to it, and you know. Yeah. But yeah, I don't get the like. People were going crazy about how great Hellstorm was, and I just didn't see it, man.
I saw a couple of their shirts. Kids wearing their shirts. You know, you're watching the shirts.
Yeah.
A couple of the Hellstorm shirts last night. Hey, Eric. Long time no see, brother. Hey, Dorky, Sam, everybody, Malia, Eddie, Kevin.
What are you doing? Huh? You want to say hi to people? Or
Gowrie.
You want to say hi or are you scared?
Yeah, here we go.
And it was funny. There were a couple. There was a couple in there in like their 50s with the Liberty spikes. It just looks so ridiculous. When
yeah,
man.
Yeah. You got to have like tattoos on your neck and face to pull it off. You got to be like a real. You got to be like a real gutter punk to still be doing it at that age.
I mean, they'd have been better off wearing jeans, some docks, and the shirt.
Yeah.
You know, with the tattoos. Then, yeah. Well, it was so ridiculous. Hey, what's up, Eric? It's been a long time, man.
What's happening, Mr. Winebender? How you doing?
It's just such a great track.
There's not really a bad song on those first couple Nuggets records.
Oh no, those are probably the best curated series of any. That Nuggets CD box set, that Nuggets 1 and Nuggets 2 might even be better. Those are the best CD box sets for, various artists.
Pouring one out to you, Larry. Black Quicksand Music.
Cheers.
Who
I'll
was
get
in this
another beer
band?
for
Wasn't there
Larry.
somebody big in this band?
No, they're just Boston guys. The only thing is
Okay, I thought
Multi
there was
was
somebody
the
from another
drummer with the hook, and they had their hit song called Multi. And I
Oh,
met
wow.
Multi.
There was
I'll say
somebody
it every
from-
time. I met Multi. I did not shake the hook.
Yeah.
We shook left-handed, if I remember.
So I brought like just a handful of records that was in one box. I didn't even look and see what was here, but this is Larry's stuff. So
Let me grab a beer. Hang on.
okay.
I'll grab a beer for Larry.
All right,
Why do you
grab
keep making
beer.
me big, Patrick?
I don't know. I drove like 10 hours today. I'm punch drunk, man. I find you incredibly attractive.
Thank you.
Oh man.
What's up, Nick? What's up, Mick? Cleveland Sam.
All right. Let's see some records.
Ready to roll? Here we go. So this is just a smattering, but an OG Bark at the Moon. Really
Awesome.
nice shape. Really beautiful UK pressing of Rainbow Rising.
Ooh, nice. Love that. That's one of my favorite album covers of all time, right there.
Yeah, awesome. And again, another amazing record.
There you go.
Yeah.
That
Three.
cover. I remember the first time I got this album. That cover was like just iconic.
10-star records in a row, and Bark at the Moon's probably a 9.
Well, here's Dio, Lock Up
good
the Wolves, and Sacred Heart's in here too somewhere. But, yeah. Well, Dio,
Is
Lock
that
Up-
what is Lock Up the Wolves the one that was only the club pressing in America?
Yeah, I think it's on Reprise. I think maybe a nice copy of Dio Intermission. This is a repress, I think.
Yeah, that thing's been pressed like a million times.
Is that the one with We Rock Live?
Yeah.
It's
This
so
is,
good.
U.S. pressing of Fireball. This one has. If you want Strange Kind of Woman, this is the one you need, I do believe.
That's such an underrated record. That and Stormbringer.
Nice. Oh, he's got a couple of OG Ultimate Sin, Ozzy Osbourne, probably one of my favorites.
Now's the time to sell them, man. The prices are going through the roof for the Ozzy stuff. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
They won't be going down for a while.
OG press of Somewhere in Time, U.S. press.
Awesome.
They were already going up for the last couple years.
Yeah.
Another Somewhere in Time. And last but not least, just a handful that I grabbed. There's some. This is No Prayer
love
for the
that one.
Dying. Yeah.
Uh,
Just some of Larry's stuff. We will be.
Is that the
ripping
UK?
the system. Yeah, I think so.
Is it
It
the
was
US
colored.
that's red?
U.S. is colored. Yeah,
Oh,
red.
I've got
Yeah.
both of them, but yeah.
It's not colored. No.
I think it was just the US pressing that was red.
Yeah, I think they were all red.
Well, I
Like,
think this might be like a. Because it might be French. Because it uses
oh,
the term-
since you pulled it out, show the back cover.
Hold on, this might be from. This is from Venezuela.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
Venezuelan.
Was it that one where Bruce looks cranky?
Right there.
Yeah. I feel like you could tell Bruce is going to leave the band.
Yeah,
In the
he was-
photos,
it
might be
wasn't
an
far
NSP,
away,
so,
yeah.
like, he just didn't look happy.
I don't want to be. Yes, Cleveland. I'm just randomly.
Who is
showing
this? This
Steve.
is really good.
This is like a band that I bought some stuff from a guy from Canada as part of a shipping deal. Like I just threw that in. It was on Durham, and it's UK. I said, I'll
Durham.
try it out.
God
So yeah.
damn. Durham.
And so it's gonna be going to Revs because Revs has the other two albums by them and needed this one, so it was perfect.
My favorite was the reprise and the reprise. I got in an
Yeah.
argument with somebody and I actually pulled out the.
I always said reprise. What is it?
It is reprise. What's
It
his
is
name?
reprise.
What the hell is his name that started it?
Sinatra?
Right?
Sinatra. Thank you. I've got a record of him. It's one of them where he'll do a song live and he talks about. They'll tell a story in between. Like a 3 LP set. It's really good, or maybe 2 LP set. But he talks about it in there, and he calls it reprise. So I was like, I'm going with what
Yeah.
I the creator said.
Yeah, if Sinatra says Durham, then Durham, then I'm saying Durham.
He's not going to say Durant because he's dead. So there you go.
Well, but I think it was Decca. It was Decca Panoramic. So it's short, but De and Ram.
It's Durant.
Panoramic.
It's not D-Ram.
It's Durham.
It's
Durham.
Durant. I call it Durant.
I always said Durham.
No, it's not D. It's but it's De for Decca. It's Decca Panoramic. So it's Ram. Durham.
I say Durant.
Yeah. I guess you could say Durant. But do you say panoramic or panoramic?
Some people say panoramic.
Now you're just making shit up.
We are
Panoramic.
not here. We're
Panoramic.
We are
Durham.
we are not
Ram.
scholars of literature. Okay, so. Yeah, they're just getting after it here, so yeah. I was kind of surprised. I was going,
Is this guy from another band?
No, they're just from a duo from there's two guys, Clark and
Oh,
Hutchinson.
Clark and Hutchinson. Okay.
The
I
guitar
just
is
thought it was a
great.
guitar player name.
It's just two
That was a
guys.
good label, though. There's not much crap on that label.
That's why
I don't
felt
think I have
comfortable
anything on
buying
that
it.
label.
That's why I feel comfortable buying it. I'm like going, it's a UK Duran. It was like $20, I think.
Oh, Daryl. I thought Gestalt was the name of the label.
No. It's just all the name of the album.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah, Duran had Thin Lizzy.
I'm
10 Years
slow.
After.
That's what we're talking about, Durham.
You got a lot of stuff from that label.
I have a lot of stuff from Durham.
Yeah.
A lot of singles. Nice.
Well, then what? Now you're not into them, are you? Though.
This is a really good band. This was like one of the influences of AC/DC.
I love that name.
Colored balls, yes.
Yeah.
That's great.
And they're kind of like the Pink Fairies. Like the albums aren't solid, but like they got kick-ass songs on each album.
Well, this is a comp.
You know,
But
and then
this
there's
Pink
a couple
Fairy stuff
songs
isn't
great.
the albums. There's those live tapes from like 70 to 72 for the Pink
Yeah.
Fairies that are fucking amazing.
But those albums do have some killer tracks on.
Oh
them,
yeah.
like,
Don't-
You know, but then I would never say any of these albums are 10 stars, but
Yeah.
they're all worth owning. Just like the Colored Balls. And there's good footage of them.
My
This
problem
is-
with the
this
Pink
is a
Fairies, I
comp,
got
so,
turned
yeah.
on by that live stuff from the really early 70s. And then I grabbed their records later, and I was expecting the same sound as the live set, and it's just not the same.
I don't know this comp, Patrick. But this might be better than that. Might be the best thing to get.
Yeah, this came from Rez, so this is from Rez. But yeah, it's definitely it's a comp. It sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I have the reissues of the records. They reissued only a few years ago. I think Just Add Water did them all and the singles, and they were pretty inexpensive and domestic. So.
Well, Record Hound, the big thing is, we didn't grow up hearing the names of the labels, we read them for our whole lives, so we all have different ways of saying. I said reprise for my whole life until I got that record where he actually said he's talking about creating the label and says that it's reprise. Sorry, see, now you got me doing it.
Yeah. Either way, we all know what everyone's talking about if you mispronounce.
Yeah.
We all know. It's just fun to, bicker about it online.
What's funny is if you have an album that's on reprise and it's got a reprise track at the end of it. It's the same way with Neil Peart. I said Neil Peart for like.
I still say Neil Peart.
Yeah.
But I realize, just habit. I say Canoe Reeves just because I never heard anyone say it. When
what's his name?
When his first
Taylor
one was
Hawkins,
done.
like when they inducted Rush into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, literally said Neil Peart. Neil Peart didn't say Peart. I'm like, going, how would you fuck that up, Taylor?
just because no one, that's how we said it in America without
He's
knowing.
high off his balls.
Yeah, probably.
I'm not a. I don't get the love of that guy, but whatever.
Well, there's nothing to really comment about. He's dead now. So
Well, yeah.
He's making any music anyway.
Him and Travis Barker are like the two drummers that drives me nuts that everybody loves so much.
Yeah, Travis Barker's a mystery.
Tomato, tomato, potato, potato.
Well, even the Apici or Peace brothers and sisters.
Yeah, but they
can't
say
agree.
it
They
different.
can't agree. They can't
Yeah.
even agree.
Yeah,
Apici,
peace. That's the best. And each brother, I got to pronounce it differently.
Yeah, one says what
and
it?
the-
How do you say it?
and the-
Apathy, and then the other one says Apici, right?
Yeah.
It's Apici, a Peace, and Apici. Those are the three.
Yeah.
The three
Yeah.
pronunciations. So.
Good night, Eric. Good to see you.
See, Eric.
I think the Italian way would be Apici, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Peachy.
Apici's the
Yeah.
Italian.
PK. It's PJ. PJ.
My favorite. There's a great video of New York Italians pronouncing words and foods and stuff, and
Yeah.
correcting people, and then there's Italians. They
Yeah.
Italians, and all the New York shit is wrong that we grew up.
Yeah,
our whole
because
lives.
the New York Italians are Southern Italy, and that's
Yeah.
like a deformed version of the proper Italian anyway. And then it's like,
Yeah,
through
it's hilarious to watch.
and we don't. Sometimes you don't pronounce the vowel at the end, like
Yeah,
we just drop that, like regot for regot. Ricotta cheese is
Ricotta.
regot or regatta.
Ricotta.
But you could just say regot. You know.
but the way they actually say it in Italy is totally different.
Yeah, but even Italy is all different. You know, they
Oh,
say
I
it
know,
different
I
in
know.
every area. It's like,
Yeah,
Dorky, do you have any third-eyed blind? Do you have that?
yeah, and then a lot of the New Yorkers are Sicilian, and Sicilian it's even
Yeah.
different. You know.
a peach.
What's funny, I was watching this thing. They were interviewing one of the big chefs in Italy, and he was saying it's kind of sad that American tourism has gotten so popular that when you go to Italian, even the big name Italian restaurants, they have to cook for certain dishes. They have to cook the American version of it as opposed to the actual Italian.
Yeah.
'Cause nobody will like it, you know.
Yeah.
They're so used to the American version of it that they've actually started making the American version at the Italian restaurants.
And people ordering cappuccino with dinner. Like, there's a lot of like.
All right, end the song already. Come on, guys.
It's the 70s.
I know
That's
you're
the
having-
problem.
I know you're having fun, but yeah,
It's the
time is money.
Two more years, the Ramones would straighten all this long song business out.
Yeah. There's a great Italian. I haven't seen him in a while, but he was doing YouTube videos, an Italian chef, and him and his mom would show the traditional way of making like all these famous recipes, you know, and they would critique like Gordon Ramsay and all these guys that are supposedly the most amazing chefs, and
Yeah.
critique them fucking up all these simple recipes, you know.
It's funny, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about this song.
Actually,
Yeah,
we're
they-
talking about Iced Earth.
Yeah, I don't know. What is that? Ice Earth?
You're just talking about Iced Earth. I was just listening to that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I only have one CD. It didn't click with me.
Yeah.
I bought it years ago, though. This is completely different. I mean, I like this band, but this is like more crampsy, swampy. But their first stuff is just straight out catchy punk. So good, the Scientists. But they totally changed styles.
I love stuff like this. The swampy blues.
Yeah.
It sounds like that garbage truck song from Scott Pilgrim. My garbage truck. This is a
What's
bootleg.
Rob Schneider's daughter's name?
Shit. Ellie King?
Elle King, yeah. So her first record, she had one pop song on it, but the rest of the
Yeah.
album was like really swampy blues. It's really fucking good.
He was into rockabilly when he first came out. Rob Schneider, the comedian.
He's still into rock. Yeah,
yeah, but I mean, he used to dress. He used to have like a pompadour,
yeah.
and he'd wear the right shirts, and like, and I saw him like name reference things early on, like it was maybe the late '80s, early '90s. I don't know when he came on, but at least when I saw him. Who else is big in rockabilly is Conan O'Brien. Big
He's still in there. He plays though too.
Oh, does he? Yeah. He sang when I had left my band, but they had played a wedding and he was there, and he got up and sang a whole bunch of rockabilly classics with my old band.
I would like to say that his producer Jordan Slansky is a member, has been a member of my website and a friend for many years.
He's a huge guy though, man.
He's like 6'6".
Yeah.
So it's so stupid, man. It's like I said, this guy Jordan Slansky, he's been on a bunch of his skits. He's like the real anal guy. That's like his producer. So he's a huge Rush fan, and so he sent me like vapor trails and stuff. But he told me, he said, anytime you want to come down to a taping of Conan, I'll get you backstage, blah blah blah. And I wasn't that into that stuff. I was like, going, yeah, sure, whatever. I never took him up on it, and I probably should have. And it probably would have been fun. But it's one of those things where I was like, I don't want to go to LA. You know, it's like, and you never know, you know, I'd have to get a schedule of who's playing if I wanted to see them, you know, but it would have been cool, but I never did it. Lose you lose.
Yeah, he's played guitar on his show a couple times. He's got some nice Les Pauls.
I didn't know Ben Stiller played drums.
So Patrick, at the Pantera show, they had like one song. They showed old footage of Vinny and Dimebag Darrell, like all backstage in hotels. I was looking for you in the background because it was all like clearly 80s footage,
like 80s?
or early. Well, you know, they didn't show Phil to the end, so they were trying. It was pretty much Dimebag Darrell era, but you couldn't tell. Like, you know, it was probably more early 90s, but it was home video footage stuff.
I mean, in the studio, we'd hang every day because they did my.
Yeah,
my band,
I think it was after your time, but I was keeping my eye out.
Yeah, it's probably once Phil joined the band, but
they were doing Cowboys from Hell. They were doing
most of the early stuff. They were so young, man. They were like 15 or 16 when they did the first record, weren't they?
Yeah, Projects in the Jungle, like, and that kind of stuff was. Yeah, they were very young. But yeah,
at least the person who did the cover was 15 or 16.
If there's footage of them in their dad's studio doing the demos for Cowboys from Hell, there is a good chance that I would be on those because the band I worked for was recording their album at the same time at Pantego with their dad, you know, producing and engineering.
A lot of it too is clips from because they recorded all the videos on tour.
They recorded the bass.
Yeah, I think it was all like 90.
Yeah, a lot of it. Oh no, I've seen I know the video you're talking about. A lot of it's from the Cowboys from Hell videos. They did like 3 of them.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm not.
A lot of it stills from that era.
They did a couple of their videos at the Basement, which was like a club we used to play at all the time. Where I used to go see King Diamond would come hang out.
That was where the Black Tooth Grin came from. Was from one of those. They got drunk while they were making the video and started talking about the joke.
He didn't even drink that stuff. He used to drink Coors Light on ice. He would literally get a cup of ice and pour Coors Light on it. That was his drink. Daryl.
Oh yeah, no I thought it was more his brother that drank a bottle of whiskey a day.
At the time, he didn't drink that much then, but Daryl drank like fucking like Coors Light on ice.
If you're going on stage, Coors Light on ice is the most. You know, you want to drink a lot, but as little alcohol as possible, really.
Yeah, you could shoot that stuff.
You know, you're nervous, you want to keep drinking, but you don't need to get bombed.
Oh my God, I can't believe I used to drink that shit. You remember the Keystone Light?
Oh God.
$3 a 12-pack. That's all we could afford.
You get that, or Schaefer's like $1.25 for 6-pack. You know, $5. It's $5 a case.
I knew these
really cold.
Friends of mine. They were so Keystone Light, but they wrote a song and they recorded it back when it was like it was only on like cassette or something. But like Keystone Light, like I don't know, they were like stoner drunks, but they recorded a song in the 90s. Keystone Light.
Yeah, I just remember we'd get that when we had to back when packs of cigarettes were 65 cents.
Yeah.
You have to struggle for a pack of cigarettes.
What was it? The Magners? What was those budget cigarettes? Do you remember those?
Oh, the GPCs were what we had.
Yeah, GPC. I want to say they were
GPCs were like 55.
I didn't smoke them; they were awful. But
the GPCs were like 55 cents, and then Marlboros were like 75 cents. You couldn't afford the Marlboro.
I want to say the Magna. I can't. There was another
Yeah,
another company
there were
that
a bunch of
I can't remember, but it was like, and they were awful.
Oh, I think I know. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Magna. I can't remember.
I do remember those.
Magma? What?
It was junk, absolute junk cigarettes.
Oh, those. Yeah, that's what I thought. Or those ones that just said cigarettes.
I don't remember the name of the record, David. It's her first record. There was a song on there called X's and O's, which is like a pop song.
Yeah. X's and O's was a big hit.
But like the second half, the side B of the record was like really swampy, really bluesy. It was really good.
So there was this song, and the next song after this one killed this guy's career. So
I gotta say, those early Billy Squier, they hold
great.
up. Those records are pretty good.
Great production.
But they hold up as like fun, good rock albums.
He was a hard rock guy, you know. He was considered a hard rock artist, you know.
I think Piper's a very good band. You know,
Piper's great.
Those two Piper albums, they're not great, but they're very good.
Did he join the Ringo Starr band?
I remember the beer that just said beer on it, like, you know, it had a white can and just said beer. You know, that's all.
When you go back and watch that video, though, it's not as bad as some of the other shit that was coming out at that time.
Yeah, it just
like
hard rock
videos.
was advanced.
Yeah.
He's got a good voice. His voice is very distinct.
Yeah.
Like compared to a lot of those hair metal, glam metal bands, you couldn't really recognize the singer's voice. But you could recognize Billy Squier just like you can Robert Plant or Mick Jagger.
Like I said, we used to get Schaefer's for $5 a case. But you had to get it so cold to be drinkable, you know.
It was really weird. It all happened at the same time, though. Cigarettes and beer were both super cheap, and then they started doing the sin taxes, and you know, all of a sudden everything went up like $6-7.
Yeah, for the kids.
Overnight, man.
Yeah, Repo Man, that's what I think of Dorky, all those generic stuff.
Yeah. Or the cans of water with water. Repo Man. I just watched that not too long ago. I love that movie.
I feel like I haven't seen it in years, but Harry Dean Stanton would always say, okay, let's go get a beer. Let's go grab a beer. Best band from Manchester, Rob Walker. The album's so good. It is such a good band. This single's a little primitive, but such a good rock and roll
album. Albums, didn't they?
Yeah, but the lineup changed. They were called Slaughter or the Slaughter. I think they were just the second album's or Beware. I can't remember. The second album's really good, but different, slightly different. But that first album, and you could get like a CD with the singles on it, I think. Or maybe you could get both albums with the singles on a CD. It's so good.
Oh, yeah.
But the album's reissued. I don't have an original. I might have original the second album, but the first album. Hey, Bill. Hey, Oak and Shield.
Everyone's allowed to request a song. Well, except for Wyoming Dave. Other than that, yes, you can request a song, Maria. As long as it's not Sabotage, Metal Church, or Lillian Axe.
Great job again, Bill, on last week's set list.
Yeah, that was great, Bill.
Yeah, Junkyard Singer died there.
Yeah.
I don't
rockabilly.
You're talking about Lillian Axe or Junkyard?
Junkyard.
I don't think I have Junkyard. Do I? I don't have Junkyard recorded. I own it. I don't have it recorded.
Yeah, the singer died, I think, yesterday or the day before.
I'm sad he died, but they made him out to be way more of a hero, I think.
I tried again, man. I listened to this again. I still can't get through it.
Yeah.
There's a couple songs on here I really like, but man.
Hare Krishna? I love that one.
I don't even know the name of the
Yes,
song.
I have Down. I have Down, NOLA, and 2. I don't know if I have 2 processed though.
The first one, the best one is Stone the Crow off of NOLA. It's so good.
That I have.
They're great live. That's another band that's fantastic. They're supposed to be doing a tour.
Yes,
Pretty
it's ripped.
soon.
It's in the system.
Yeah, play Stone the Crow.
Okay.
Unless Malia wants to hear something else. I picked this up the other day, too. I couldn't believe I found this. The first Steve Earle single.
Oh, wow. I've never seen that.
Look at that stash. It would fit in.
I don't
well
even
with
recognize him.
Well, I didn't even know it was Steve Earle and the Dukes. This
Yeah.
is 81. And he didn't release the Steve Earle and the Dukes record until like 89 or 90.
Yeah, I don't really know him. I saw him once at like a Cajun
The way
Blues
to go.
Fest, like where there was like a whole bunch of artists. I know him as like a roots guy, but I just don't know him.
Without like him and Towns, you wouldn't have like the Americana. He's the one that kind of created the Americana sound, you know? But it's signed on, the record signed, the sleeve is signed, you know, and nobody would have known who he was at this point, you know?
Yeah, that's definitely something you would have sold at the bar. You know, you're gigging at the bars, kind of like that. There was a whole root scene happening at local bar before my time. I saw like the tail end, but like there was a whole root scene of like blues and like kind of like George Thorogood kind of bands, and
Yeah.
you know, not quite country, but roots rock. I don't know what you call it. Like that, even like blues, like that Alligator Records documentary captures some of it.
Oh, yeah. That's some
Like
good
there's
stuff.
like a whole bunch of like just regular people going and keep like a blues, like a root scene, I'd say,
Yeah.
where you're dancing in the clubs and
Well, and he kind of made the sound big in the 80s, and then, you know, we had all the 90s bands. I'm trying to think of, I mean, the Drive-By Truckers, but they were later. What were the ones from the early 90s, the Americana bands?
Asleep at the Wheel was still, I mean, obviously older, but Asleep at the Wheel was touring. What's his name? The guitar player with the steel guitar. His wife was in the band. I used to, Duke Robillard was a guy. You know the guy I'm talking about. He did Highway Patrol. He would have like a steel on his guitar. He would tour all the time. We'd see him. There was like Danny Gatton around a little early. He had died.
Why were you big? Did that happen again?
Well, because I showed. Well, and like _Wilco and all those bands kind of got their sound from that.
Oh yeah. The
too.
alt country era,
Yeah.
whatever you call that. But you know the guy I'm talking about.
I do. I know who you're talking about.
Junior.
Junior Samples?
Oh my God. He might.
Come on, that was funny.
But like they'd play like, and like Horton Heat was around, was coming up. Like it was interesting times.
The original Rev. Yeah. Uncle Tupelo?
Yeah, Uncle Tupelo. That's what I was trying to think of.
Paladins,
Yeah.
Los Lobos.
Horton Heat kind of beat it. Well, Horton Heat was more.
Well, he started with Sub Pop, so he like had that.
But he's an interesting one though, because he kind of came between the.
He was very smart, because he had the Sub Pop credentials, and then he had like the Ministry and the industrial,
Well,
the
he was
rockabilly scene, and
he was billed as Psycho
Junior
Billy.
Brown. Jesus, thank you.
Yeah. He
Junior
was
Brown.
billed as Psycho Billy, but he was never really Psycho. He
No.
was more straight up rockabilly.
So
He would have
only because of that
songs,
first
you
single
know?
was called Psychobilly Freakout.
Yeah.
And I don't think he ever booked himself as Psychobilly. Like
No.
he was just wild.
He was a funny one though, because the Psychobilly guys are real picky about band, more so than the Rockabilly guys.
Rockabilly pretty.
Yeah,
You know, when
they are too.
I think there was something where he had a AC/DC button on, and like people were upset about that.
Yeah.
Like,
He was one guy that for some reason the Psychobilly guys liked him, the Rockabilly guys liked him.
Yeah.
He kind of fit right in the, and he would tour with both.
and his crowds were great in the 90s because you'd see like, we'd be there with our Rockabilly friends, then it'd be punk friends, and it'd just be people into like just indie, rock, punk,
Hang on a second.
It was such a mix.
So Malia, you say that Ted Nugent's a ding dong, but you're okay with Phil Anselmo? So I mean, Phil Anselmo's not exactly someone who hasn't had his own cringy moments.
Yeah, but you know what? Everyone's had their cringy moments.
Yeah,
As long
I
as
know.
the
I
next
get it.
day you do a little better, you know.
Henry Rollins said it best, man. He's like, I go to see Ted Nugent every time he comes to town, and when he's playing, I love him, and when he's talking, I hate him, and he starts playing again, I love him again.
Well, Tom Morello and Ted Nugent are best friends.
Yeah, they're best friends. Yeah.
Those guys grew up with Ted Nugent. It was my friend Sean, who's a Rockabilly guy. He went to elementary school and he went to school down in the DC area, and he was classmates with Ian McKay and Henry Rollins.
Yeah.
And he said we were all into Ted Nugent, and then those guy Sean, he's like the mild temper. He's very like Chet Atkins picker. And he was saying we were all listening to Ted Nugent. Like, I'm like, I didn't even know you knew Ted Nugent. He's like a Merle Travis. He's like wears a country hat. And he's a very mild-mannered guy. He's like, those guys were all into Nugent, and they got into punk. And he heard, I think it was a Commander Cody. He got a Commander Cody record, and then he went Rockabilly, and they went punk. But he said that we were all like in 8th grade listening to Ted Nugent, and I couldn't believe like all those guys were into Ted Nugent at the same time.
So speaking of punk, so I'm sitting there at that record store that I said was only open on Saturday from 11 to 4, from 11 to 3 or whatever. So I'm sitting there and I'm in it's in sections. It's like I said, it was like an old gas station. So there's like little compartments of rooms, where you walk in. I'm in one and I'm looking through my records. I got my light, right? And it's right by the front door. And so I'm sitting there and I'm in if you turn right from the front door, I'm right there. So I'm looking at this, I'm looking at my records, and this kid comes in. He's got spiky hair. He's got a jean jacket on with all these punk patches on. He goes, "Hey, you got any Fugazi here?" And I'm like going, well, I don't work here, but I've been through most of the records. I didn't see any Fugazi. How about, and I'm looking at him, and he walks away. But I look at the back of his jacket. He was total punk. He was like probably about 17 years old, but. Well, all in. He was all in.
Yeah.
And just I was like going, good for you, dude. I was like going, that's awesome.
Tons of kids like that now. It's a great time for rock and roll for the youth. Unfortunately, they're looking to the past, kind of like me and Rockabilly, or like maybe people into 70s, looking back to 70s punk, or
What's unfortunate, I think, though,
is
it's cool that they're getting into the music. Not enough of them are playing it.
Yeah,
trying to
and
learn
the
how to
bands,
play it,
and some of the bands are. We saw this French band, this girl band last week, and I thought they were terrible. But like it was crowded place, and like they were all cheering. I'm like, this is awful. Like they're just hungry for anything, and they're like, these bands aren't. You couldn't hold a torch to a band from the 80s and 90s.
Well, even like, is it the Lindas, the Asian girls? And everybody goes crazy about them. That they're like blowing up as the new punk sensation, and it's such mediocre. But there's nothing else, I mean, even a lot of the local bands. We've talked about this before. A lot of the same local bands around here are guys our age. It's not. There's I haven't seen I've seen one band with young kids, and even they were in their mid to late 20s,
I just saw the New Bomb Turks the other night, and they were a little older than me, but man, like they kick ass better. They're older, and they still will destroy any band in their 20s or 30s. And they're not even, well, I mean, they're really good, but they're not what they would have been in their prime.
I absolutely love that name of that band, the New Bomb Turks.
Well, like when I was first getting together with the band, like all the local bands, Like there were one or two bands of guys in their late 20s that had been around for like 10 years in the scene. Most of the bands were under 21, you know, and there were dozens and dozens of them.
And if you're opening, just a normal like Wednesday night, could be Black Flag or the Butthole Surf. Like every band was great, so you knew like.
Have you seen the new Black Flag?
No, yes, we have. We
It's
joke
all
about
like
it, but
20 somethings and then Keith.
but that would have just been a weekday night. Like,
Oh,
it's-
yeah.
you're an opening band. This is like you have to, like in any, competitive scene, like.
Well, and that was the thing. It was hard to get shows. Like even for us, we knew the owners.
No,
It
I
was
did
hard.
not rip that.
Other
yet.
than
No
Thursday
singles.
nights was the one night we could always get, but to get a
Yeah.
Friday or Saturday night, there were just so many other bands. It was near them, and a lot of those bands had minor label hookups. You know, they weren't signed yet, but because they had that connection, you know,
Yeah.
it was hard.
Yeah, and there's politics.
And nowadays they struggle to get bands every night. You'll see rock and metal clubs here or hard rock clubs where Thursday night they have a DJ because there's not enough bands.
And what
show.
bothers me, when you see like the bigger bands, like the mid-tier bands that play like a big hall or a big club or even a theater, they will have the headline band and they'll take a touring band, usually a good name band, and they will no longer put the local band. You used to have a local band that would bring people in and it would help the local scene, bring people in, more people at the bar, and they seem to, like X and Los Lobos, for example.
Yeah.
If this happened 20 years ago, there'd be a local band, like a good one, opening.
Yeah. Well, and the sad thing is the bigger bands now charge bands to open for them too, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, and even some of the arena shows, they would sometimes have third-tier bands.
That's how some bands get on the tour. They pay. They literally pay to play.
Well, and
But
that was one
bringing
of the cool
people
things.
in.
People don't remember Lollapalooza was good about that. On the side stage, they would have at least in Phoenix, they would have a contest every year, and the top 3 bands would play at Lollapalooza on one of the side stages.
Ozfest did the same thing. They'd have the side stage.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't the Warped Tour do that too? The Warped Tour.
Yeah,
like
Warped Tour. Yeah.
Yeah, those all came out around the same time. That people don't realize how old the Warped Tour is, man. That was It's not as old as Lollapalooza, but it had to be like 97 or 98, the first Warped Tour.
Nick Fantasy went on tour on the Warped Tour.
I still kick myself. I could have seen Sublime like a couple months before Bradley Nowell OD'd at one of the first Warped Tours that they played at. I was going to go to see him and then didn't, you know. It was too fucking hot.
Yeah, Loserless, there's a lot of I mean, not like 80s caliber, but there's stuff happening. There's absolutely scenes happening with kids and crowds and bands.
When I've seen local bands here, who was it? There's been a couple of them over the years where I saw them open for another band, and it's a band that I've known because High Roller's pressing their stuff, or because one of those other, and I didn't even realize that they were a local band, you know, because they got the High Roller press, you know, and then I'd see them open for a bigger act here.
That's good. Yeah. That's nice. Yeah.
Well, and that's kind of the nice thing about you're not going to make money like you used to, but there's so many reissue labels that they don't mind putting out 300 copies of some unknown band, and the labels have enough pull that there's a lot of people that will buy just because it's that label. They collect the label, you know. What is this?
I have no idea what this is. This is one of Rev's things.
He likes eating bud. Is that what he just said?
I think so.
This could be a joke song from a good band, like it's 88.
Yeah, you never know.
So it could be like a crossover band doing their joke.
It's also
rap
88.
song.
It could just be a bad.
Yeah,
band.
but it's got that. It's got the distortion guitar, like the heavy metal guitar.
Have you ever heard the Ramonas?
The Ramonas.
Is it the Ramonas or the Ramonettes or something like that? I saw them in the local. It's like from the 80s. It's an all-female band doing Ramones songs.
No, I don't know. Maybe I've heard of it and forgotten, but no, I don't.
You don't need the junk to make you move. You don't need that. You don't need that junk to make you move. You don't need that. You don't need that to make you move. You need that.
Yeah, just a couple years later, New Zealand would be releasing How Bizarre. You remember that track?
How bizarre.
No.
How bizarre.
From, what was it?
Is it De La? Was it? It's not De La Soul, is it?
OMD
How
or
Bizarre.
something?
How bizarre. How bizarre.
How Bizarre. I do think it's cool that Sublime, OMC, there you go. OMD was Orchestra Maneuvers. I do think it's cool that Sublime finally got rid of Rome and Bradley Nowell's son is singing for him now.
Yeah, I like this. Might be the record I need. I can't remember. Christopher, is this the record I want? This band has a lot of records.
What's the Omega? You ever check out Omega, the Hungarian band?
I think I've got some of their stuff. Yeah.
I got the British band.
You got to watch out for though, because they've got some early stuff that's really cool, hard rock, but then it gets real cheesy real quick.
I think
Roadrunner. Thank you,
like
Chris.
Kraut rock. Almost sounds like Kraut rock.
Yeah, no, it's heavy though. It's like the hard rock side of Kraut rock. A couple of albums I have.
What makes you think I have Dead Milkman? I mean, do I have it? I might have it. I don't know. No, I don't have any Dead Milkman. I don't have the Dead Milkman.
I need to send those to you. Mr. Punk Rock Girl. That's one of the best punk rock songs
Punk
of all
rock
time.
girl, let's get married and we'll name her Minnie Pearl. It's you and me, punk rock girl. I've got no Mojo Nixon.
Richie Camaro's pretty good. Too.
Yeah, bitch in Camaro, bitch in Camaro. That's all I know.
The best is that it's not the best. It's awful, but that "Taking So and So to the Zoo." Do you know that song?
Yeah.
And like now they're politically correct, but like you kind of.
I wonder if they do. I can never remember the name of it though. The one where they're talking about what the queers have done to the soil. I wonder if they do that.
Is it in the new box?
Then there was something. There was like a redneck song or something, like an old man song, and it was like "Hey Earl" or "Hey Bud," "Hey." Yeah. It was something really. It was funny. I remember that.
No, that's what the queers are doing to the soil.
Was it "Hey Earl"?
Story and
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember the guy's name, but it was like,
yeah,
"Hey Earl."
Oh, yes, Dead Kennedys, not Dead Milkmen. That's a great song though.
Oh, you know what I want to hear?
Okay.
I was looking at some. I want to hear some good UFO. Maybe.
Maybe from UFO 1.
No, it was, what's a good opening track off the live album? It was
Ready? Out in the streets?
no,
Natural
Let
Thing?
It Roll. It was a rocker.
Let It Roll?
Let It Roll will work, but I'm trying to think. It wasn't Let It Roll. It was I don't know.
It's Natural Thing. Is it
No, it wasn't necessarily the live. I'm just trying to think of
Out in the street?
no,
Like
no,
that was the
Oh,
first
You Can
track
Rock Me?
on the second album.
not Lights Out. It might not be a first track. It's why is it's on the tip of my tongue?
Rock Bottom?
Only You Can
No,
Rock.
no.
I'm a
Oh.
Loser?
Only you can. No.
Only You Can
Dr.
Rock Me?
Doctor.
Only You Can
No,
Rock
let's
Me?
go through every. It's a good. It's worth it.
Highway Lady?
Jesus, I'm gonna have to pull out the record.
I'm a Loser.
As soon as I say it, it's gonna be. Oh yeah. where's
Just
the
Looking Out for Number One?
Too Hot to Handle.
Dairy?
Too Hot to Handle. Thank you.
The Red Single.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. I was thinking of the live one.
Oh, my God.
Right? Is
Yeah.
that on there? It's on the live album.
Yeah,
right?
it's on the second LP.
I was watching a guy on
I just
YouTube
ripped
playing.
that Smile album that you sent, Dorky. I haven't gotten to Dead Milk. There's Dead Milkman. I haven't gotten there yet. So yeah.
Too Hot to Handle. We went through every greatest hit song.
Yeah. I had the box set sitting right there. So.
Oh, nice.
You know, I was.
Is
I was
that? Show me. That's the bonus stuff, huh?
Yeah, it's the one that's got all the shows on it.
Yeah, it's got like
I
all
should
3
get
shows.
that. Jesus, I should really
It's
get
so
that.
good, man. Well, and what's funny, this is just like the Thin Lizzy. You know, they say that they fixed a lot of it in the studio, but man, when you listen to the full live shows, I don't think they fixed as much as people think they did.
No, I remember Phil talking. He said we didn't fix much. He says it wasn't. He dissed. He says it wasn't. It wasn't Live and Dangerous. It wasn't Thin Lizzy. Like we didn't do that. Like he was implying.
Even Live and Dangerous, I've got all the shows that was pulled from, and it's pretty fucking good.
Yeah,
you know?
He was implying that one was all overdubbed or played after, but it doesn't mean it's true. But he said that meaning Oz wasn't.
But I mean, that was always what everybody said, you know. But when you listen to all the shows, they were just fucking good live.
Yeah.
A lot of those bands in the 70s.
Oh, you in their prime when you're just doing gig after gig. And you had to bring it or else you weren't getting a headline and slot the next time you come through town.
And any of the bands that had a double live out in the 70s were at the top of the game. I mean, What's the one that's about to come out? There's another box set coming out like that next month. I can't remember what it was.
I like that box on CD because I could listen to them in the car. You know?
Yeah, that's what I do. I'll bring that. Same thing with any of these where it's all the live shows. I'm buying the CD box. I don't need it because I'll never pull out the 10 record version.
Yeah,
of it, you know.
Hey there, Dagon.
The actual perfect amount of like swagger and like.
They're doing Made in Japan. They're about to release that box set with all the live show, all the live material, because I think it was like 3 different shows.
But they're doing like Dolby Atmos. How can you do Dolby? There's only like 5 tracks in that whole fucking thing. So how the hell can you do Dolby Atmos?
I don't know. What is that? Explain to the.
It's like another version of surround sound, I think. You know?
Oh, okay. Is it so? Is it what sounds better streaming? Is that what it could be?
I have no idea.
They're doing
special earbuds.
They're doing the 5 CDs, and then they're doing a Blu-ray version that's got the Atmos. It's the whole thing.
But in the Atmos, if you have like special Apple earbuds, they have like 5 drivers, and it'll sound like you're, supposed to be really
the keyboard swirling around my head.
Yeah,
Hey, Nick.
I have in my living room, the surround sound, the bar with it's got the Atmos.
They should do Aerosmith Rocks in Atmos. Is what they should do.
I had that in my last house, Steve. I did that. I wired through the wall, like from the basement to get the speakers behind, hid them behind curtains, and I had that.
Dolby 12.7.
I had that Led Zeppelin, How the West Was Won, whatever that DVD was, and it would it was fun for a minute, and then I really didn't listen to records that way or CDs.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, I just like 2 channels. You know what? And I barely listen to headphones. I've got like a $600 pair of headphones. I still prefer my power speakers to crank those up. Yeah. What was I listening to last night? Oh, the Cult. I had that cranked up to like 45. My wife and daughter were out of town.
Electric?
No, Love.
Oh, Love. Another great record.
And I had that cranked so loud last night. Had a couple. You get to that point right between buzzed and drunk that there's like that perfect spot that's like this big, and I just stayed there last night for a couple hours listening to records cranked up.
Nice. Hey, Nick Fantasy. I just mentioned you, but we were talking about the Warped Tour and how you were on that.
Oh, there you go, right there. Funny enough.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I don't have too many UFO singles. I have that one though, but I don't really have too many.
I actually bought this one just because it was $3 in the.
Yeah,
I
got
them.
them.
I already had the red single in good condition, but my sleeve was messed up.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, a couple of they were domestic and they were pretty cheap. There's not a lot of like American heavy metal singles with sleeves.
A lot of the glam stuff.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, some Ozzy. I guess those would be big money.
Even most of my Ozzy singles are the ones in the Jet Records.
Yeah.
Please, it's not the actual. Plus, the ones in Europe, they use more. It's real funny. So their records were thinner stock than the U.S., but their singles were like heavy board stock. You know,
shows you where the priorities
we
are.
had
Different countries.
Fucking paper here, you know.
Different countries, different priorities. We were buying.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, real thick. The Motorhead's like real thick cardboard stock. You know.
Then you buy a Pink Floyd record, you know, like, and it's like paper thin, the LP, you know.
Yeah, I was listening to the first Raven record. I just found a really clean UK pressing, and yeah, it's super thin.
Yeah.
These need to be repressed to vinyl. I don't think all three of their records have even never been pressed. I think it was just the first one.
I don't know. I remember this band, but I don't know them. This was that era when I was tuning out. Little Caesar.
These guys are good, man. I did lights for them when they opened for Dio.
Yeah, they were more of the
bluesy. They were sleaze rock.
Yeah, bluesy sleaze.
Yeah.
And they got mixed in with the hair metal.
I put them in with that. Remember that Little Caesar band?
Yeah,
they were heavier than Little Caesar, though.
Yeah, I'm not saying that, but it was the same year, and they were same kind of. They weren't, you know, the Firehouse. Or
they had some really bad album covers too, which kind of hurt them.
I mean, they were sleaze rock. They were sleazy. They're kind of like, you know, kind of stonesy, you know.
So I'll tell the story again. The other night was that 80s show I wanted to go to. I told it on my live stream, but it was the Polecats were opening, and Josie Cotton, and like it had a whole bunch of 80s bands, and it was Flock of Seagulls were headlining, like just all 80s. Like they do like 20-minute sets. And it was like maybe like 10 bands, and I wanted to go to see the Polecats anyway, and Josie Cotton, but the tickets were expensive, and Sarah's a DJ got him say, "Oh, I couldn't give these tickets away. No one wanted for that 80." Sarah said something about like we want to go to the 80s show, so she gave us. She's like, I got a free pair of tickets. I'm like, oh, awesome, because I'm checking like even last minute they were going for like $60. I'm not paying that.
Yeah.
And so we got free tickets, and then we ran into her that night of the New Bomb Turk show, and she's like, oh yeah, we're talking, and she's like, no, it's the Vince Neil, Bret Michaels and Stephen Pearcy 80s show. I thought that's the one you want. I'm like, no, that's the wrong show.
Yeah, I took my wife to actually it's Bret Michaels' show. It's like him and like 4 other singers with the Bret Michaels band. But
I'm like, no, I don't want to see that. And the other show was like $89 the day of the show. So
my wife had a blast just because one of the Foreigner singers was there, and she loves the Foreigner stuff.
Okay. How was Vince Neil?
He wasn't. It was every year different lineup. This was like 2 years ago, so it was.
A couple years ago. Okay.
Yeah, Bret Michaels did the
like last night, 2 nights ago.
It was like I said, it was one of the guys. I didn't even know his name. One of the guys from Foreigner in the late '80s. It was a guy from Sugar Ray, which was so bad.
Was it Mark McGrath? Is that his name?
Oh my God. What's sad is they were such a good punk band when they started out, and what they turned into is it's so bad.
Oh my God! Come here, kitty. Come here,
I doubt Blackmore. I mean, Raymond. I mean, it's possible he screwed it up, but he might have did that on purpose. He was a bastard. He would not. Sometimes he wouldn't come back for the encore, and they'd play without him.
My favorite videos of all time are all the videos of Blackmore showing how he plays Smoke on the Water. because every video is slightly different. He
Yeah,
shows
and
a
he-
different way to play it.
He tries to make it more complicated because like he doesn't want to be like.
Yeah, don't play it this way. Play it that way.
No,
Just-
No,
Everyone
there's like
plays
there's
it.
like
Oh,
there's
I've
like
seen
four
them. I've
different
seen them.
videos from
I've
different
seen them.
eras where he's talking about.
Every
Yeah.
13-year-old kid is playing it the same way he played it on
Yeah.
the record. He wants to go reinvent. No,
so
I'm doing
fun.
like this.
They're all doing it wrong. They're all doing
Yeah.
it wrong.
Yeah.
He tries to make it really complicated with the thumb in there, and like, no, that's not what you're doing. The best is if you get the bootlegs of Ian Gillan with Black Sabbath, they would do "Smoke on the Water," and Tony Iommi's just doing the dumb version of it over and over the whole song.
So how come these people were never made it, so to speak?
Because they never put out a record.
Yeah, and they broke up.
Because there was lots of their stuff.
They would get back to.
Actually,
she
I guess
put out-
they're back together in '83. I thought they were done by '83.
No, they would do a single and then break up, do an EP and then break up. They have like 3 EPs and 2 or 3 singles. They got back together and they still tour like every 5 or 6
Yeah.
years, get together and do something.
Hey, Alex. Hey, Cleveland.
And I think she has like 5 or 6 records in her name.
I don't know. I only have the one comp and a couple, or maybe one single.
The comp's all you. I mean, the comp's got everything.
Hey, Alex.
But that single had since the '80s because
Yeah.
it was reissued. It was probably came out in like '86.
But they put out an album.
No,
No, they didn't.
So what's the album that I have here?
that's just it's a comp of
It's a
all their
compilation
songs.
album.
They have an EP, right?
I don't know if they have an
a couple of
EP. Did they have an EP?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
just okay? They did have an EP.
Yeah, I showed
they
their
just had a
first EP a
single.
couple weeks
Okay.
ago.
Because they were kind of like a little bit level above, to me, musicianship-wise and songwriting-wise in a lot of bands.
Well, they opened for the Sex Pistols. That was one of their claim to fame.
But they're from California, right?
San Francisco, yeah.
She's got a great. I mean, she's got like that perfect punk rock. She
Yeah.
had a great voice.
And they were early. I mean, they were '70s when there wasn't a ton of American '70s bands. You know, a year later, there'd be 100 bands in every city.
Yeah, so they had a single in '77, the EP in '79,
Okay,
another
did have EP.
single in '83, another one in '92, another one in
Yeah,
'90.
92 is different. Yeah, those are, that's.
Yeah, the comp was '83.
Which is right in the middle of American punk rock hardcore. So perfect, to keep
Well,
the
I
name
mean,
alive.
their first single was '77, so they were early.
Yeah, they were very early.
No, not La Fin de Montanite. I have a Delirium Tremens? Tremens?
Oh, horses. That's the other thing I was listening to cranked up yesterday.
Patti Smith,
Yeah.
Hearses,
Versus.
Hearses. 2 7-inches, 12-inch EP, and broke up. Thank you, Lucy.
Every time I see horses now, I just laugh though. After Johnny Rotten threw a temper tantrum saying that that's not the first punk album. We had the first punk album.
Yeah. Well, I like that argument he had with Marky Ramone. Like, you're not even an original member of the Ramones. Like, he's like, I was in Richard and the Voidoids. Like Richard Hell. Like, you ripped off his whole style with the ripped T-shirts.
Yeah.
And, like,
I just saw a deluxe. I guess they just did a deluxe version of Richard Hell, with like a second album with additional tracks.
yeah, I like a couple of tracks. I can't say that's a good record. It's an important record, I guess, but I'm not putting that whole album on.
I prefer that early Heartbreaker stuff with him on it.
Yeah, those are good. I have some of that. I know there's probably more. But I
Bottle
have
of beer,
one.
like a 750 milliliter costs like $12, $12 US. which would be about $1,000 Canadian.
And God forbid you have to pay tax on it. Man, I can't believe the records, man. I've sent 3 things to Canada, and all 3 I got messages from the buyers freaking out about how much because it's all high dollar stuff, so I had to insure it. Freaking out about because they pay
VAT.
They
GST
pay
tax,
VAT and
GST,
tax.
and GST. Yeah.
Yeah, so man, they get. I'm glad the U.S. we don't have to deal with that shit, man.
We can. People in the UK that send me stuff like, "Do I need to worry about it?" No, dude. Declare the full amount, man. Like,
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter to me, man. We don't have. They don't.
We don't pay none of that tax.
Yeah.
You lost packages? Wow. That's rare. That's very rare, Nick. Even Canada's they're expensive, but they're reliable.
I stopped using USPS to Canada. UPS is I found the best prices with UPS, and it gets there in like
Canada
3
is like
days.
super cheap,
And it gets there in like
way
3
cheap.
days, man. It's super fast. Every time I was shipping stuff USPS, it would take like 15 days.
This EP, man, is so good, man. This is like their first 2 singles, I think, on this EP, and it sounds really good. I think they use the actual sources, all that stuff. You know, I've never had a package gone missing, and I've shipped thousands of packages over the years. I've never had one gone missing. Anything with a tracking number has never gone missing.
Yeah.
Ever.
I've had stuff bounce around for some reason
but
for
it's
3
never
months.
never been missing.
I sent something to Scott, and it went to like Washington State, and then came back to Georgia, and then went to New Mexico.
Yeah, I had a couple of those crazy things, but it always ended up going where they.
Yeah, I've seen some of that fucked up routing too. It's like, how the fuck did it get on that truck?
It must have been like a box on the wrong plane kind of thing, and then it just sat.
I actually have had one turn up missing. I had that box set, that Black Label Society box set that disappeared for 2 months, and that I had to deal with insurance because it was like a $400 and something box set, so I had it insured, and it popped up like 4 months later, completely destroyed.
Oh.
Yeah, they had dropped it somewhere, and it looked like it got rolled over by.
And it went into the office with the wrecked stuff they had to deal with, and it got brittle off.
I got one other one just recently that got lost, but it was like a $10 record, so I just gave the guy the money. He might have gotten, if I go look, he probably got the record like a month later, but it was so cheap, I just gave him his money back.
Hey Frank, I'm going to send you an email.
Frank. Frank's dealing with expensive stuff though.
I've been out of town, so I haven't had a chance to. I got your email, Frank. I will ping you about this yesterday and today butcher slick that I have.
I sent you a box, Patrick. You should be getting it in a day or 2.
I've never seen 46s.
Mix high, come on.
A little more danceable.
Well, that second Sergeant Pepper Nimbus allegedly is at the mail house, so tomorrow morning I'm going to go pick up that record. And
I do have the Technics, so I could turn it into a 46 pretty easily.
Yeah, you could. That's because you pay that. If you don't declare the value, a $100 record could get there for like $120. But if you declare the full value, then yeah, you pay your tax.
I was watching the interview today with Les Claypool where he's talking about the Primus song, and at the end of at the South Park song, because they did the theme song. Well, the end of the show they do a slower version. He said that was actually the original version of the song, the slow version. And they called him up and they're like, "Hey, they want us to make it faster." And he's like, there was no show yet. It was just some fans, that they made the song for. They're like, "Well, just speed it up." So the actual song at the beginning is just a speeded up version of what they said. Oh, that's
great.
And then they said once the show got picked up, they flew out and met him on tour, and he redid the vocals with the faster music in a tape recorder. So that's actually tape recorded vocals over the sped up instruments.
Wow, that's funny.
The intro song is, yeah. Oh man, Boot Trader. I remember doing that. We would do that, and especially in the late '90s as DJs. So we would go to the
Yeah, I do that too,
Akihabara.
Dorky. But if it gets damaged, then the guy's fucked. You know, I mean, if you pack, I mean, I pack my shit well with like, if I ship like Whiplash mailers, so it should be fucked up. But I mean, if you don't declare it, then you can't insure it.
Yeah, you can't value it at $500. Like one of the records I sent was $500.
Yeah.
And I insured it for $500. If you list the price as $5, they won't honor the insurance.
Oh yeah, no, of course not.
Yeah.
I don't blame them, because you could have insurance fraud like left and right.
Yeah, like the cheapest one I sent was like a $60 record, and even that he paid like $35 Canadian. So $60 American.
Why don't you get a sealed Audio 5? I mean, I've had the Audio 5 and I've ripped it, and hopefully I have a Nimbus tomorrow, but we'll find out. But
Of what?
Come here, kitty. The Sgt. Pepper Nimbus. So.
What Nimbuses have you had so far?
I've had the Paul McCartney. I've had the Eagles. I've had the.
I didn't know there was an Eagles Nimbus.
Yeah, I've had the
Which album?
One of These Nights, I think.
Okay.
No, Desperado. Sorry.
Oh, even better. I love that record. That was a good recorded record anyway, though.
Let me go look.
Well, you had the Pink Floyd.
Yeah, I had the Pink Floyd. There's not a ton of Nimbuses, that are out there that are like, really worth it, Like Band on the Run, Wish You Were Here, Ricky Lee Jones, Desperado, and that's pretty much about it. I mean, there's a lot of classical stuff they did, but not a lot of rock stuff.
That was one of my first records. Desperado.
So this band, the singer went on to sing for Journey when Steve Perry left. Steve 𝐿.
Oh, that's the guy I saw. That's the guy.
Yeah.
When I was talking about the Bret Michaels show.
Yeah.
He's the guy that was singing the Journey stuff. Journey, not Foreigner.
What was the guy?
Steve 𝐿. He's from New Jersey. He's from Jersey.
Oh, okay.
He's a Jersey guy.
Yeah, he's the one that was at the concert a couple years ago.
But this band, we opened for them in Denver at Bangles, in really great club. But they used our production, our lights and stuff when they did their video for this, and so it was kind of cool. They're nice guys, great band, man, really good band. But you could tell this guy sounded just like Steve Perry,
Yeah, I won't even talk behind the scenes though, because that's burnt me before too, Dorky. There was a guy. It wasn't a guy in Canada. It was a guy in Europe, where he was like, "Oh, I don't want insurance. If it gets damaged, it gets damaged." It was one of the clear Bowie records right after Bowie died that went up to like $600.
Yeah, until it gets damaged, then they go.
And it got damaged, and even though I showed PayPal that he said he doesn't want the insurance, they still made me credit him back, and I had to pay $40 to get it shipped back. So I ended up losing money on that. Oh, I was so pissed off. So now, if it's a $high record, I'm insured. I don't care what they say.
Yeah,
because PayPal will cover the buyer, not the seller.
When we have to buy off Europe, we pay full amount. There's no discount, so it's what it is.
This guy was good. He was a great singer. Nice guy too.
Could we hear, if you have room for a punk rock song?
Okay.
Hang 10 in East Berlin.
I love DI.
Such a great surf tune.
I'd love to find their stuff on record. I've still got my original cassettes of like 3 of their albums.
You don't like that. I like them because their catalog is pretty easy. It's like an EP and 3 albums.
I'm sorry, yeah, I've got the EP and 2 of the album.
Yeah.
Because it's the EP that's got Richard Hung himself, right?
This one sounds.
Yeah, and Gary Glitter. This record is 10 stars. If you want California funk, this is one of my faves.
Yeah, it is a great. It's one of my on cassette. I only knew about them because of the movie.
Same here. That's how I learned about them.
Yeah.
Was it Repo Man?
No, Suburbia.
Suburbia?
It's such a. I want that soundtrack. That needs to be repressed too.
Yeah, I don't have that.
It's like a
I don't think I
$100
do.
One of
soundtrack.
the records I bought in Spokane at the expensive place was a Warriors original soundtrack. I've never had that one. So.
I used to see Suburbia around too. Like
Oh,
it
really?
wasn't. Yeah, but this is 30 years ago.
I might have that soundtrack downstairs because the Blue Tape collection has a ton of soundtracks. I might have that.
Oh yeah, let me know if you have Suburbia.
You know, it's a good series. They used to be around a lot. They might be more money. If you ever see the Rat music for Rat people,
Oh yeah, God,
yeah, because they were all like exclusive songs, and you know, it had T.I. doing, I think, Ballroom Blitz, maybe. I can't remember, but there was like a Butthole Surface song,
Yeah.
the Butthole Surface theme. Like they were all like exclusive tracks, and it was just like the who's who of punk rock. Like,
Yeah,
it
and
was
they're
like
not
maybe 2 or
expensive.
3 volumes. They used to be around all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
I think you can still get those for maybe $20.
oh, you Darky, oh, the Rick Agnew. That record used to be a $3 record, and I never bought. I have it on CD, but I never bought it. Remember that in the 90s, just in the not cutout, but in like
Yeah.
the dollar bins. Rick Agnew's solo record. It's really fun now, but at the time it wasn't very good.
Well, it's the same thing with we were just talking about them. Oh fuck. I can't even think of the name of the band now. Lords of the New Church. What was the singer's name?
Steve Bates.
Yeah, that was a cheap record for her.
Oh yeah, that was
record.
another one.
Yeah.
You always found these solo records because you could never, like the real punk rock records wouldn't be in the used bins, or they'd be expensive. Bobby, do you have Hunt's ketchup? I'm a big ketchup guy, but Hunt's is my ketchup. No preservatives. Heinz is too sugary for me. But I can't have a cheap ketchup. I want a good ketchup.
Good ketchup. What did I miss? Ketchup talk?
I don't know.
I miss all
Oh,
the good
from his own
stuff.
collection.
What?
I'll never forget the pizza box. I ordered the last 2 Triumph records from some guy in New York that were sealed, and I got them in a used pizza box. I mean, it was covered in grease. I mean, he wrapped the records, and they got here in good condition. But
They only are in grease. There's no pizza box without
the
grease.
greasy pizza box. I was like, oh my god, man!
I've gotten a
with
few records
styrofoam,
shipped to me in
cut
pizza
and
boxes.
put in there.
with the grease stain in the bottom. Yeah, that's always great. Yeah, and you can smell it. You can actually smell that shit when it gets to you. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, luckily they were sealed records. Otherwise, they'd still smell like
Come here,
pizza.
kitty.
Or I'm sure.
Come here,
Yeah, we've seen DI a few times, but not in
come here. Come on.
10, 15 years. But it was always Casey Royer and like some cool young guns.
Come here.
The songs are there. Like he could just show up and play those songs.
So there's a cat that was an outside cat for many, many years. She's probably about 14. We brought her in like 2 years ago because her sister died. But her name is Little Girl because we never thought we would have them inside. So her sister had puffy fur. We called her Puffy. She was small. We called her Little Girl. So she got bigger, and I would call for her like when we were like on vacation and say, "Here, little girl." And I know it sounds bad, so if I say "Here, little girl," I'm not actually calling for little girls. I'm just calling for this cat. So
We didn't think that.
oh, I know that, but it's just kind of a joke.
I wasn't even paying attention to you talking to the cat.
But I would yell. I remember like one time I was like yelling, like "Come here, little girl," and I'm like going, this probably doesn't sound right, yelling this out in my neighborhood, So
I say good boy to my dog all the time out in the
well,
neighborhood.
that's a little bit different than saying "Good boy" and "Come here, little girl."
Good boy.
Yeah. trying. She never comes up here, so it's interesting because I'm. If you'll let me pick her up, I'll show her. But she's really pretty. She's a beautiful tabby. But there is an opening up here since Diva's no longer here. So. You know, never said that, but I mean, treats have been involved, so it's yeah.
Boot Radar's got a request.
I don't have that. What album's that off of?
The debut, I think, right? Is that?
No,
Oh, Plastic Letters.
I had the debut. I don't have.
No. That's the third record, actually, right?
I don't have Plastic Letters recorded, so I own it. I just don't have it recorded. I know exactly what it is. Yeah, yeah. Chris Hansen will be coming to visit me real soon. Quite possibly the best U.S. rock song of 1969. If I'm shipping a $600 record, I'm using some form of Whiplash or Acoustic Sounds mailer, something nice. I'm not using, one of those value mailers, and I use those a lot, but I'm not going to ship a $600 record in a value mailer with a couple of stiffeners. I'm going to use like a nice Whiplash mailer of some sort.
The worst is 78s. I used to buy 78s. That's a tough one. You got to put it in a box and then put it inside a bigger box full of popcorn.
Hope you had a good vacation, Jens.
Yeah, because you can't use a regular record mailer.
Yeah,
right.
Like it has to be a box in a box where the inside box doesn't touch anywhere of the outside box. Even if you're buying a $5 78, still the same hassle.
So Whiplash makes a mailer that's like a lot less expensive than like the normal one, and you can fit like almost 10
Good night,
records
Open
in it
Shield.
with no stiffeners or anything.
Goal.
He has to start work again. Yeah, he's in Europe, Malaya. A lot of those countries, because it's so cold and also they have like less daylight in the wintertime, they'll literally go off on vacation for a month.
Don't buy any mailers from BCW.
Yeah.
I bought a whole box of mailers from them. They're refunding my money. I don't know if you can see it. It's taped to shit because every one of the seams was like half.
Oh, it's coming apart. It looks nice. What's it got extra, like 3 inches on each side?
Yeah, it's got the.
Yeah, I like that.
The like 1.5 inch on each side to protect it.
I like that extra.
That's like a $200-something record. So.
I sent you some records back, Alex. Did you get them? I think I sent them back this time. I think I sent them back before I left.
I can't remember. There's a company called Vinyl Armor, and I was buying their mailers. They're really kind of like the Whiplash mailers. Really good though, but all of a sudden you can't get them here in the U.S. It's a UK company. You could get them through Amazon for the longest time, and they've dried up for some reason.
Yeah, that would be too much work, Corey. Patrick had to put like where he got the records from, and you could like in the database, like just do Rev's records or Steve's records.
Great. Now I have people asking me, "Hey, can you maybe do this for me?" I have a hard enough time just tagging the records, let alone fucking putting down who lent you what.
Do you have Jesus Built My Hot Rod?
Is that a song or?
Yeah, it's Ministry.
Yeah.
Probably
I think
not.
you have that record.
Do I? Do I have any Ministry? I might have one Ministry album.
You probably have Psalm 69.
I don't have Ministry, so.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Al Jordan. Yeah, I've got none. I've got Fireball Ministry, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, not the same.
Yes.
I don't have that. I don't have any later Ministry. I just have that first one.
He's only got. I like Psalm 69. I like the.
Jesus Built My Hot Rod's a classic.
Yeah,
everyone covered it.
And a Rape and Honey.
Yeah.
And then the first one. Yeah. That's it. All the later stuff, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that era, like
Yeah.
90, 89, like that.
Yeah, late 80s, early 90s, and then he like went completely off.
I'm telling you, man, some punk rock kid asked me yesterday for Fugazi, so yeah.
Talk about a guy that's looking. He's always looked rough, but the way he looks really bad now. And I don't know.
He lived with he was going with Amy Mann from Till Tuesday. He lived in Boston.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it was in the like when I was here, like in the 90s. But I didn't know.
He wasn't using meth though. He was using.
Yeah, I don't think he used meth. Yeah.
He was definitely a heroin guy. But yeah, now he's got his face all tattooed and just he's looking.
I couldn't. We saw them, I don't know, 6 months ago. I couldn't take it.
Was he doing the early songs?
No, that's why I thought. But Gary Newman opened, so that's why I was very happy.
He talked so much shit about that first record. Then he did a tour recently, playing the whole first record.
Well, did he do it or did he say?
Oh, maybe he did.
Said, you know what? I saw online he was going to do songs off the first record.
Oh, okay.
Like, oh, this is exciting. And he did nothing. And I think maybe he did one song at one show or something, or maybe it was a special thing.
Okay.
But we got nothing.
I heard he was doing the whole first record.
It was all. I mean, people like it. I'm not knocking it. The crowd liked it, but me and my friends, we left during his set. But Gary Newman killed it.
Yeah, he always cracked me. He did that song. It's called Rio Grande Blood. It's called Gangrene. And he was making fun of the Marines about how the Marines, they're the first one in, so they're the first one to die. And it became like a huge song for the Marines. They like play it when they're going into combat.
I felt like I was at a KKK rally because all it is like footage of like KKK and military, and like I know he's anti it, but like I'm sitting here, it just didn't felt uncomfortable.
He tries to do the artsy thing that the Butthole Surfers did, and it doesn't work, Yeah,
it was supposed to be for shock, but I felt like everyone's like cheering it on. It just wasn't a good feeling. And you want to do your politics, that's fine, but when you're bitter or like it's like infectious. I just didn't want anything to do with it. I just want to have fun. Yeah, he was Revs. I didn't know that, but he was probably like a cool guy with good taste in the 70s. That first album is great.
Well, even when he went industrial, those first few industrial albums are fantastic.
And they were groundbreaking records. People love them.
Land of Rape and Honey. What's the one he did with Jello Biafra? The Mind is a Terrible Thing to Taste.
Yeah,
I mean those were great. Can't wait to see him again next month.
That's right, Travis. Well, I don't mind working. I'm not happy about working, but I'm not going to complain about working, but I'll bang on the drum all day.
No.
Yeah, no, the debut was 77. I realized that.
Yeah, it was on Private Stock.
Plastic Letters is my favorite Blondie, though.
That's the one where they're standing. It's kind of black and white. I can't remember.
No, that's Blondie. That's the debut record.
No, I think I have Plastic Letters. Well, I'm not getting up. Forget it. They're all the same. They all blur together. I just know songs.
It's the one with there's like a car and they're all around like a police car or a taxi or something, and they're all around it. Yeah, Discogs gets them back. When there's two records that came out the same year, Discogs puts them in their back. Yeah, that's a great record. That one's like half punk, half power pop. I think that's their best record.
I wasn't picturing that one though. I was
Yeah.
yeah, I think I was picturing Parallel Lines. I
Oh,
don't
Parallel
know.
Lines. Yeah, that's the
I was
one where
picturing a different one.
that's where they start introducing the disco and the funk and
Yeah,
there's
Joey
some good
Ramone.
funk
Joey
here.
Ramone saying, "The Blondie, they're not punk. They're disco."
Da-da-da-da-da.
This sounds 73 though, Corey.
Probably his best record.
Christopher, you could get that. Was it Blondie's greatest hits or best of? Like the one that came out in like '84 or whatever. And it's
If you're gonna get Parallel
It's so
Lines,
cool.
get the one that has like the non 5-minute version of the Heart of Glass. Get the if it says like Heart of Glass 5 minutes, don't get it. If it says Heart of Glass like 3 minutes something,
that-
get it.
And that Plastic Letters again, John. That one surprised me how much power pop. It's really good. I really like. No, I'm saying you should spin that one again if you haven't.
oh, I thought you said you want to see it again.
Is that
Yeah,
on Chrysalis
yeah.
or is that on private stock?
a Chrysalis. They were getting big now. Although there's no songs that make the greatest hits on this, right?
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
like there's a couple
Yeah.
really killer power pop songs on this that you'll never
Yeah.
hear on.
Yeah, I don't think
radio.
any of these songs.
Yeah. It's really good.
Oh, you have all the records. You don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way, Christopher. I didn't grow up with them. I grew up with the hits.
Yeah.
I
The
couldn't
best thing
even.
about Heart
I
of
couldn't
Glass
even tell you what album it was when we're talking about
The best
it.
thing about Heart of Glass is how good she looks in that video.
I had the Chipmunks doing Blondie songs before I had Blondie doing them.
Well, and what's funny is when they were in CBGB's, that first record's not very punk at all. It's more artsy. That second one right there is more punk and power pop than the first one was. It's
Yeah.
but she definitely had the look to get guys into CBGB's though.
Yeah. And there was short hair. Short hair was still unheard of. Like Richard, there was only so many short hair bands. Everyone had long hair still in the 70s.
I just saw something popped up about Darby. I didn't know Darby Crafts was gay.
Yeah, I saw that too. Is that I don't even know if that's true or not.
No,
saw
I
that.
started reading
I
something.
probably
That's
saw the
weird.
same thing you saw.
Yeah, I saw. I was like, that's kind of threw me off, and I read something from Pat Smear.
It was like trying to make him like he was a cult leader.
Yeah, no, I saw that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought that was kind of silly.
I mean, it might be true. I don't disbelieve it, but I just never heard that.
After I read that, or after I saw that, I looked it up, and it said that he nobody knew though back then. Like Pat Smear was like people in the band knew, but nobody else did.
I mean, they were kids, so it only,
Yeah.
they were still teenagers.
Oh yeah, they were 16, 17 years
Yeah.
old. Yeah, I didn't. The rest of that video I thought was kind of weird.
Did you see the John Joseph Soft White Underbelly interview?
No, I've seen a
Yeah,
bunch.
it came out- This came out the other day. Soft White Underbelly. It's like this artsy.
No, I love the sci-fi underbelly.
Yeah, but they interviewed John Joseph for a half hour.
Oh wow.
It's amazing, but I don't know. You got to take everything he says with a grain of
Yeah.
salt. But holy cow, he doesn't even talk about music until 20 minutes in. But it's his life, and I feel sad for the guy. He breaks down in there. But and I'm not, I appreciate that they exist. I'm not necessarily a fan, or I even like them personally. But what a story! Yeah, definitely listen to that. It was crazy.
Man, a lot of those New
Only
York,
Blondie's debut was on like private stock.
a lot of those New York hardcore guys were some fucked up guys, though, man.
When you hear that, yeah, a lot of them had issues.
It wasn't just the Cro-Mags. All those guys, you know. Like I talked about this before. I was in the Navy with one of the guys. His cousin was like the guitar player in Madball, and he told stories about those guys. Just some fucked up shit.
Bad. Like I was a kid, a New York kid, but I was so sheltered compared to these guys. Like, oh my god, I had curfews, I had parents, as free as it was in the 70s and 80s, like not like those guys.
Well, a lot of those guys came from like generational alcoholics. And,
bad. Oh, you got to hear it. It doesn't get worse than his life. If it's, take it with a grain of salt, but
I'm trying to think of, there was another.
Hey, BB, thank you for clearing it up. None of us are Blondie aficionados, obviously.
Well, her first album, if you find it on private stock, that's worth some money. It's definitely.
Yeah, $50 for Blondie Greatest. Those were like $2-3 records all day long for about 30 years.
Yeah, you can find a mint copy of Plastic Letters for like $20.
Yeah, but the first album on private stock you can. That one is worth some money.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, Corey, like the interviewer maybe says 3 sentences the whole interview. He just lets them talk.
Yeah, it's really weird, Blondie's career too, because like this first record is this, like I said, the second record's more punk and power pop. Third record like a mix of this and that, and disco,
reggae, everything's mixed in there.
Yeah,
rap.
They're an interesting band.
New York band of the time,
But for a band on parallel lines to have punk, power pop, disco, new wave, punk all on one record.
And to have maybe the greatest American drummer in your band, and it's just a footnote.
Did you say greatest American band drummer?
Clem Burke is maybe the greatest drummer
really great, but
America.
I would not say as American, like Billy Cobham is an American drummer.
Who's that? I don't even know who that is.
You don't know who Billy Cobham is? Okay.
Billy Cobham.
Oh, I'm not talking about Gene Krupa and... Go ahead.
I mean,
who's Billy Cobham? Tell me. I don't know.
He's a jazz drummer. He's like those guys.
Okay.
No,
I'm not talking Buddy Rich and Gene
But
Krupa.
all right, Steve Gadd. All right, Steve Gadd, Vinnie Colaiuta. Those guys are
I don't know
phenomenal. Frank Zappa's drummer,
Okay.
Dale Bozzio, Terry Bozzio.
Anytime I saw Clem Burke play, I've never been as fascinated with it.
I am not discounting Clem Burke. Clem Burke is a phenomenal drummer.
I mean,
absolutely
I
amazing
couldn't
drummer.
take my eyes off the guy, and I don't even like drums. Like I don't even pay attention to drummers. I'm a guitar guy, or I want to see what the lead singer's doing.
Carmine
Clem
Appice,
Burke.
Apici, whatever, is a great drummer.
Oh, no.
Great
They
drummer.
drive me crazy.
Tommy Aldridge is a great drummer.
Yeah, no, I think Clem Burke is as magnetic as Keith Moon or John Bonham. Like, it's just absolutely phenomenal to watch. And every I've seen him with different bands, and it's still like, holy cow! I can't believe I'm seeing a human do this.
I mean,
and maybe like some of it may be like his personality, or probably 50% of it's his personality and the way he hits the drums, but he's magnetic is the word.
Yeah, I've got no problem with him being like.
I don't know if he could do paradiddles as good as Carmine Appice or someone else, or a jazz drummer, but
you don't. I mean, it don't have to be a jazz drummer.
Well,
no, I'm not saying.
Though, Billy Cobham just didn't do just jazz. So what's this? Who?
I mean, Gene Krupa's pretty goddamn amazing when you see this.
What the hell is his name? I'm drawing a blank right now.
Tommy Bolin, he played.
Yeah, Tommy Bolin did a record with 𝐁𝐫𝐬𝐬. It's really
Which
good.
is amazing, you know. So, I mean, there's a lot of American drummers that can hold their own.
Yeah, but maybe I don't know them then.
Yeah, I will not discount like.
I never saw like a drummer that magnificent. I don't.
Here's what's funny. Here, OpenAI told me who the best American drummer of all time is. Guess who it is? John Bonham.
American. That's great. Vance is working for AI.
Vance has infiltrated the AI infrastructure.
Yeah, look at this.
We're all in trouble.
Here's what AI says. While it's subjective and depends on the individual, many consider John Bonham the best American drummer of all time.
You know who I just learned? Well, not just. It was a while back, but you know Lionel Hampton, the vibraphone player. He like joined. What was it? Was it Glenn Miller? No, was it? Was it Glenn Miller that found him on the street? But anyway, that guy is an amazing drummer. There's some footage of him in like the 50s. I had no idea Lionel Hampton was a drummer.
Yeah, Bron's good. I actually know Bron. I see him all the time.
Oh, there's Vance.
Where's Vance? Truth. Hey, Vance, I lied to you, man. I told you I had extra copies of Bark at the Moon. It wasn't Bark at the Moon. It was... what's the second album? Ozzy's second album? I'm drawing
Diary.
Diary of a Madman?
Yeah, it was Diary. I have extra copies of.
I have extra copies now of Bark at the Moon. I have.
Oh, there you go. There you go, Vance.
So, yeah.
So Bron from Mastodon, he's like the. You know what? Every band scene's got like one famous musician that's at all the local shows. That's Bron from Mastodon. Like I see him at least once a month at a local show.
So where is this? Is this before Bloodwind Pig or after?
Yeah, it's after.
After. Okay.
Yeah, he was like the Mick Abrams band after that.
What year was Bloodwind Pig? I thought that was like...
it would have been 70, I guess.
70s.
Wow.
It came out like the same year as Stand Up. Like, so
okay. I thought it was later than that for some reason.
Island had both Bloodwind Pig and Jethro Tull. They released the same records, the same year on the same label. So yeah, one guy did well, one guy did not.
Yeah, Paul Spectrum. Yeah, that's a great record, man. Buy that reissue that just came out. It's so good. I guess it's been a couple years now, but...
Vance is paying people in the peanut gallery for propaganda.
Well, Bonham's never going to make it as the best U.S. drummer, so I mean,
that's so funny that OpenAI came up with that. Hey, Vance, who did Bonham say was the best drummer of all time? He probably would have said Keith Moon or somebody.
Yeah, I probably would have said something like Buddy Rich.
James Brown, drummer or something.
Oh, yeah, well, James Brown had so many good drummers, though.
From the UK, I don't know.
Because he was influenced more off the 50s stuff, you know. Yeah, hard to say. Yeah, we don't know enough. There's not enough like John Bonham interviews to really know.
That's why I wanted more of that interview in that movie.
That's still my favorite interview. Dave Grohl calling himself a hack drummer.
Yeah, cowboy. Yeah, like you can invent your own time signatures.
It's such a great interview. And what's funny is Pharrell, as soon as he says where he got his sound from, his eyes, he knew what it was exactly when he said it.
Yeah, Gene Krupa. Gene Krupa taught Johnny Thunders and Jerry Nolan from Jerry Nolan from Johnny Thunders and Peter Criss took lessons from Gene Krupa in New York.
Well, Neil Peart took lessons from a jazz guy. Like a lot of these guys took lessons from jazz guys.
But I love the fact like these guys who were massive
in the early 70s, there were no rock drummers to take lessons from it, you know.
Can you imagine like like you're like one of the biggest drummers of the world, Gene Krupa, big bands. You ruled the 40s, the 50s, and now you're in like 1970, 69, 71, and you're giving lessons to local kids in Queens.
Well, I mean, Neil Peart was like at the top of his game, and I can't remember the guy he studied with, but I mean, he was
some of those
But
guys.
Neil Peart wasn't giving lessons to little kids in the 90s. No. Taking lessons is fine, but Gene Krupa was giving lessons to little kids, to 12-year-olds, 15-year-olds.
Randy Rhoads was giving lessons like right up until he like went out with Owsley, So
Yeah, well, that would be the same thing. That's kind of funny.
I think some of those guys just like doing it. It's kind of like
Well, I mean, like,
But I think for Gene Krupa was for money.
Great guitar players would take lessons from like other great guitar players. Like
No.
Joe Satriani,
I'm sure. But if my son wanted to get lessons, Joe Satriani doesn't have his little photocopy in the guitar shop, like guitar lessons, and you show up and it's Joe Satriani.
Pull out the little.
Satriani was still giving lessons into the 80s, though.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, but big money lessons.
And when he was, Steve Vai took over and started giving lessons for him.
Yeah, I'm talking about a star, a massive star, giving lessons to just local kids for money for $5 an hour.
Kirk Hammett was taking lessons from Joe Satriani during Kill 'Em All, so he literally was like calling him up and getting lessons.
Yeah, but I've talked about it before, though. There's so many guitar players that kept taking lessons throughout their careers.
Oh no, everyone takes lessons.
And that's not a bad thing.
No,
At all.
A lot of vocalists still take lessons.
One of my favorite stories is Penn Teller talking about, not Penn Teller, Penn Jillette, him and Lou Reed were best friends. I've said this before.
Yeah.
But Lou Reed was taking guitar lessons until the day he died. He knew how to play all these styles, but
he should have been taking vocal lessons. He should have been taking.
He always sounded like Lou Reed, huh?
He should have been taking vocal lessons.
Well, he didn't give a shit about vocals, though.
I know. That's exactly why he should have been taking vocal lessons.
He didn't need to. He made so much money off those first few records that
he didn't make that much money off those records. They didn't sell that much. They weren't that popular. They're not like Britney Spears popular.
I'm not saying when they but you figure they've never been out of print either.
No, but they didn't make any money. They made Verve a lot of money, but yeah. So I don't understand the breakdown. So there's another question. It's like, if you're an artist and you make a record, so I know they have mechanical royalties, right? And then they have like the royalties of like points when you sell a record. But you have these, mechanicals, right?
Yeah.
So how are those lucrative or are they not lucrative? Depending
the
on
writers, it's changed, but the writers, if you were the writer, that's where the money was.
Oh yeah. I mean, for sure.
And you get performance.
Reed and those guys made money because they wrote those songs. But
hey, Harry, but if you if you were on the record, you get certain royalties too.
That's why a lot of bands broke up over. Oh, you're not putting my songs on the album.
Billy Corgan talked. Well, Billy
Harry,
about that. He said that's the one thing he regrets was not listing the band as the writers.
That's a big thing.
He did write everything, but that's what broke up the band because he was making $15 million a year, and they were making like $1 or $2 million a year.
Even small time bands, you get a song in a commercial.
Oh yeah,
it's the song you wrote, Steve. We need to submit a movie to a song to a soundtrack to a movie. Even if we're only gonna make $1,000 or $4,000, we're gonna be now arguing about your song, my song, and it's gonna be animosity and jealousy.
Yeah.
Everything you gotta split it all the way if you're a band. It's not fair to a drummer that he could come up with ideas, but since it wasn't a chord or a melody, it doesn't count.
And people don't realize how much one song can make a songwriter. There's what's her name?
One hit song.
Oh, it doesn't even need to be a hit song. Look at Devo.
No, it's in a commercial.
Yeah, what's his name from Devo? It's the
soundtrack, the TV show or whatever.
Yeah, the MTV
show.
Yeah.
Oh man, well the guys that did the Big Bang Theory, like Bare Naked Ladies, they make seven.
They made more money off.
Year,
they make more money off that show than they did off their entire career.
Remember, like Keith Ellis was on like Headbangers Ball. They would just use that do.
Yeah.
and that's money.
And they get paid every single time that it's and that's why their Netflix is fucking things up though, because all these streaming services, they've jimmied their way around paying royalties the way they're supposed to. So that's why, it's getting pretty shady now, and a lot of people are losing money. It's the same thing with the music streaming, where they have to have, what did they say? Like you can have a diamond album now because of the way the streaming services work.
Yep.
A diamond album where you would have been rich, where you're making like $30,000 or $40,000 a year. It's crazy because
that was David Crosby's big complaint. He says they'll get thousands and thousands and thousands of plays, and he'll get like $10.
Yeah, but it is equivalent to radio play. Like you in the old days, like let's say in 1983, they played a Crosby, Stills and Nash. It would go out, and there would be 20,000 people listening to that station, but you'd still only get a penny.
Yeah, but it would only be certain songs. It would only be the singles released. Now it's a full record, and a lot of times you have no control over.
Oh yeah, it's a racket, no doubt.
And it's crazy the way they're getting.
How was your trip, Patrick?
Good. I'm really tired. I'm about to shut it down because I'm exhausted. Adults is hitting me now, but it was great.
I'm about to go in a minute.
I mean, Central Washington has some of the most. Spokane has the most expensive record stores per capita I've ever seen in my life. But it's had some good stuff. But
did you go to a place called 4,000 Holes?
I did.
I know Bob. Bob's a big Beatle guy.
Yeah, and Bob's an idiot, but yeah.
Oh, I dealt with him. I know.
They had like a section of records that they hadn't processed yet, and so they had a Byrds album that had no inner sleeve, nothing, but it looked like it was kind of clean. I said I could have cleaned it, I paid a couple of bucks for it. I go, hey, and so I brought up 2 other records that I bought, the only 2 records I bought in all of Spokane, and so I said, all right, I'm buying these 2 records. Maybe he'll cut me a deal because it's unknown, they haven't been cleaned or nothing. There's no inner sleeve. It's been running around cardboard inside this cardboard Byrds album. He quoted me $25 after he's like looking at Discogs. I'm like going, I'm looking at him. I'm like going, for this Byrds album, you want $25, but the Rush album I bought, which is an original first press fly by night, he only wanted $10 for. I'm like going, are you? I was just like flabbergasted. I said, I'll pass on that, but I'll take the fly by night. I bought like a Warrior soundtrack.
I used to buy a lot of Beatles records from him. He would sell at the Seattle Record Show all the time.
I was like going, dude, this is like ridiculous. He had a lot of stuff. It wasn't well curated. It was like just a bunch of stuff there, but he had stuff if you want to spend like a lot of time. But I had to go. I only had like a couple of hours in Spokane before I had to go to, Larry's house in Lake Moses, so I didn't have a lot of time to spend. And that was, all the places in Spokane were so overpriced. It was ridiculous.
Where were you? I thought you went to Seattle.
No, I went to Spokane, then I went to Lake Moses, then I went to Pasco, then I went to Portland.
I don't think I ever went to any stores in Spokane. I had a bunch of stores in Seattle back in the day. Back when there were stores on every corner.
But that one store in Pasco, or it's Kennesaw, Groovy Records, Harry, it's probably close to you. That place is amazing. I mean, that was really good. I wish I would have had all day to spend there, but I only had like a couple of hours.
I've never heard of that one.
So they have an interesting like filing way, because they'll sit there and they'll have like they had like Blackfoot, then Outlaws, and Molly Hatchet. So they did it by kind of like feel, genre, vibe of the band, not just the name. So they group all the bands are the same in the name, but it's like Led Zeppelin, Cactus, and then they have like Humble Pie, Free, and
I never heard of that.
Yeah, it was weird. You had to like walk around and kind of get a feel for it. But they had a lot of stuff, the store's only open 4 hours on Saturday, once a week. And it's like
the only problem with places like that group by sound is, there's always a couple bands that they don't know what the sound is, and it ends up in weird, like,
oh yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen Kristen Death.
Where do you put the Rolling Stones?
But
yeah.
Like. Is it like garage rock, like the first albums, or blues,
rhythm
and blues?
They had the Stones and the Beatles right close to each other, because big bands, like really popular bands. So those are no-brainers.
And my favorite's the hard rock, metal, and rock section, because there's so many bands that like I would always put Black Sabbath in the metal section, but
I mean,
the rock section. So I put it in the hard
Sometimes
rock.
they have metal punk,
Yeah.
and they combine metal and punk.
I pulled Witchcross from this little store in some Podunk town in that New York. All that stuff I showed earlier, all that from this little 4-hour open once a week store in the middle of nowhere, Washington. It's literally in the middle of nowhere.
If
Like,
you get an
Amazon,
album like
Washington.
that, it's worth it. You know,
Yeah.
one record like that, that's a good record.
I mean,
So did he have like the Babies records with all the one-hit wonders?
Oh, he had a whole section of Babies records. I could have like completed my whole collection. But and they had the greatest Night Ranger collection I've ever seen. They had like 5 copies of every Night Ranger album known to mankind. But I mean, that sealed XYZL, that's a $100 record. Easily.
I don't know anybody that wants any of those.
What, XYZ?
No.
Oh yeah.
Night Ranger.
Oh,
But
no,
that's what you have understock. You should only see one Night Ranger record,
no,
and the
they
rest.
had, they had the greatest Night Ranger collection I've ever seen.
Oh
It
my.
was funny. So.
Because they keep buying it in collections and throwing it in with the rest of them.
But they had that Barbarians album. I've never seen that before. I was like,
Yeah,
going,
that's
I was
a
like
rare-
going, Holy
That's
shit.
cool.
Not a great record, but it's a rare record.
No,
Yeah.
but I mean, this is in the middle of nowhere, in a store that's open for 4 hours a day. 4 hours
I
a week.
correct. It's an uncommon record. I
Yeah.
shouldn't say it's rare, but
And they had some nice private press metal stuff I'd never seen before. I was like, oh fuck, man, this is like a gold mine for like the middle of nowhere. You know?
What's
So
funny
was
is
this
I,
just a buying trip?
Well, yeah, I went to go buy a collection, Black Quicksand Music Larry's collection. I went to go buy his collection because he can't listen to it anymore, and you know.
some of that private press stuff shocks me though, because I see people, VC guys from all over the world showing those same private press records that supposedly only a couple hundred were pressed.
yeah.
You know, and yeah, it's
Yeah.
insane how much those things pop up.
I mean, I know I didn't pay a lot for those, so I don't care.
No, yeah.
Hey, did you guys see the Wadkin Festival?
Mm-mm.
Oh no, but who was it? Who was it? I heard about it, but
Oh my God, it's on Instagram, and once I click one, then like my feed starts getting full of them. It was like a rain out. It was the worst festival. There's like this much mud.
No.
And you got it was just a horror show. It was like the worst festival ever. Like Guns N' Roses playing, and there's like maybe 120 people, and it's mud. It looked like the worst
Where
5
was
days
it
of your
at?
life. It's in Germany, but
And
like
what
it's in, a
sucks is that-
it's in like a flat. I don't want to say field because there's no grass, just all dirt, and it just became mud. And like some guys had jumped. It is all I did is look at it. I never want to ever be caught near this. Like it was so bad.
And what sucks about those festivals, you got to buy tickets 8-10 months in advance, so you never know.
And people come
Well,
from
Bach-
other and it's one of those
Bach is
festivals
usually
where you
great. Bach
sleep
is
in a
usually
tent.
great. Bach is usually great.
It's not a festival where you get the hotel at the end and you go back the next day. It's a
But
tent
what's
festival.
bad though too, is like we did the Welcome to Rock. I've done it a couple times, but the one time we went, like it rained like the first day. What's nasty for even though it only rained that one day, you got mud and dirt for like
Steve, I've never seen anything this bad as the Wadkin Festival. You got to see it. Like they're going into the stores to buy like the booze and stuff, and it's just full of mud. Like you couldn't walk. Guys are up past their ankles in mud just going to the gig. Like
Bakken is like there's that place where those two ladies like busted out of like the old folks home and like went to go see Bakken. They literally busted out of the old folks home.
I remember that.
To
Yeah,
go see Bakken. It was so cool.
yeah. You go on Instagram and type in Wadkin 2025 or whatever. It is
Wadkin?
so
How do you spell
funny.
that? What is
WAKEN. It's in the
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I feel so bad. It was just like either downpour or just you couldn't walk anywhere except in like a swamp of mud. And it looked like nobody was there. Like it was just
so kind of like the original Woodstock.
worse. Steve, worse.
Oh, I can imagine.
Oh, it is like I just felt so sad.
You actually make me not want to look because I hate when you look at one video and it fucks up your whole.
But
feed.
now, my whole feed's full of them now.
Oh, I hate that. What's worse is you'll look up one thing on Amazon and all of a sudden all of your it's on every.
The worst is you say something out loud and you don't
Well, I
even
did
have
that here.
Alexa or something, and it comes.
That's
No,
happened
no,
on
I
the
did it
stream
at.
before, where we'll talk about a record or something, and I start getting ads for similar stuff. Yeah.
I mentioned Guinness beer, and it started showing up in my ads.
You should have it every day there, Harry. All right, I'm gonna call it, man. I'm like
That's
exhausted.
cool.
I gotta work tomorrow.
Yeah, I got to work
5
too.
hours.
But thank you, Harry,
Oh
for
yeah,
joining.
I got to
and
get up early,
thanks,
take
John.
the car in
Thanks,
for
Steve.
service.
Nice to see y'all.
Yeah.
Hi, bye, Harry. Hope you're doing well.
Hopefully
See y'all.
see y'all
Night,
Tuesday
everybody.
and
Ciao.
back on schedule this week. But then next week I'm gone from like Monday through Sunday. So, but this week will be normal. We'll hang
All
out
right.
and
So Tuesday, you say?
yeah, Tuesday
maybe?
and Friday.
All
we're
right.
good.
Maybe.
And
Yeah.
Sunday we're good. So
All right. Adios.
good night, everybody. Good to see you again. Bye.